trave e não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Sabadão no jogo, na arena, na área, o moleque estava. Sonador de primeira, mandou lá na caixa que tem de menor na quebrada. Ele aprende a fazer gol, então joga na telha que é peça fechada. E só entra, você dobra, estende a bandeira, manda dois pro alto. Da vitória já chegou, os meninos conquistou a vitória em grande estilo. Dificuldade triplou, ousadia é combustível. Não é que clareou, acompanha esse placar. Do X1 vai virou, agora é comemorar. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 em campo, eu quero o meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 em campo, eu quero o meu espaço.
Pensaban que no, pero nadie puede contra las bendiciones que tira Dios. Enfoca en lo mío, no escucha a nadie, mira que se me dio. Todo lo que soñaba cuando era niño con tiempo se logró. Valió la pena todo el sacrificio, somos ganadores, no fallamos un gol. Con orgullo en el pecho, cargo el escudo cada vez que salgo. Tranqui, yo me encargo de dejar a mi equipo en lo alto. Se siente euforia en la tribuna completa y me pongo la 10, sudo la camiseta. Salimos y puro jugó bonito, arriba en el marcador esa era la meta.
Este es de la Rose. Aquí si yo gano, todos coronamos. No fue un día pa' otro, nada regalado. Yo soñé con esto sin plata en el mercado. Y si mi equipo gana, todos coronamos. Dime, que como lo hago, todos quieren que yo les explique. Yo vengo de abajo de estar estresado por el ticket. Yo soy la receta y la chef. Metí corazón y fe, y ahora vivo lo que manifesté. Lucha por tus sueños y pichar al que te diga que no puedes lograrlo. Los números son solo números, pero el joseo no puede comprarlo. 725, eso no da, por eso le hice caso a Papo. Ahora estoy viviendo bien y mami tiene vira la cuenta de banco.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave e não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato.
Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço. Tive na cara do gol pra fazer, obra de arte com a bola no pé, agilidade pra corresponder, toda a frieza de um camisa 10, malemolência pra enganar, estratégia do conceito, estratégia, o troféu tá em jogo, todos querem ganhar, mas no final só um vai fazer festa, eternamente do adversário, ganhando a raça, assinando o talento, fogo se bomba, troféu pro alto, isso é rotina do procedimento, se a torcida deles é contra, festas o fortalecimento, a tática deixa a zaga até tonta, a vitória é fruto do desempenho. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave e não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave e não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Sabadão no jogo, na arena, na área, o moleque estava. Sonador de primeira, mandou lá na caixa que tem de menor na quebrada. Ele aprende a fazer gol, então joga na telha que é peça fechada. E só entra, você dobra, estende a bandeira, manda dois pro alto. Da vitória já chegou, os meninos conquistou a vitória em grande estilo. Dificuldade triplou, ousadia é combustível. Não é que clareou, acompanha esse placar. Do X1 vai virou, agora é comemorar. define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 campos, eu quero o meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 campos, eu quero o meu espaço.
Pensaban que no, pero nadie puede contra las bendiciones que tira Dios. Enfoca en lo mío, no escucha a nadie, mira que se me dio. Todo lo que soñaba cuando era niño con tiempo se logró. Valió la pena todo el sacrificio, somos ganadores, no fallamos un gol. Con orgullo en el pecho, cargo el escudo cada vez que salgo. Tranqui, yo me encargo de dejar a mi equipo en lo alto. Se siente euforia en la tribuna completa y me pongo la 10, sudo la camiseta. Salimos y puro jogó bonito, arriba en el marcador esa era la meta.
Este es de la Rose. Aquí si yo gano, todos coronamos. No fue un día pa' otro, nada regalado. Yo soñé con esto sin plata en el mercado. Y si mi equipo gana, todos coronamos. Dime, que como lo hago, todos quieren que yo les explique. Yo vengo de abajo de estar estresado por el ticket. Yo soy la receta y la chef. Metí corazón y fe, y ahora vivo lo que manifesté. Lucha por tus sueños y pichar al que te diga que no puedes lograrlo. Los números son solo números, pero el joseo no puede comprarlo. 725, eso no da, por eso le hice caso abajo. Ahora estoy viviendo bien y mami tiene vira la cuenta de banco.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato.
Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço. Tive na cara do gol pra fazer obra de arte com a bola no pé. Agilidade pra corresponder, toda a frieza de um camisa 10. Malemolência pra enganar, estratégia do conceito, estratégia, o troféu tá em jogo, todos querem ganhar. Mas no final só um vai fazer festa, entra na mente do adversário, ganha na raça, assinando o talento. Fogo se bomba, troféu pro alto, isso é rotina do procedimento. Se a torcida deles é contra, festas o fortalecimento. A tática deixa a zaga até tonta, a vitória é fruto do desempenho. Ei, olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
No jogo na arena e na área, o moleque estava sonador de primeira, mandou lá na caixa que tem de menor na quebrada. Ele aprende a fazer gol, então joga na telha que é peça fechada. E só entra, você dobra, estende a bandeira, manda 2 pro alto. Que a vitória já chegou, os meninos conquistou a vitória em grande estilo. Dificuldade triplou, ousadia é combustível. Não é que clareou, acompanha esse placar. Do X1 vai virou, agora é comemorar. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 campos, eu quero o meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 campos, eu quero o meu
Pensaban
espaço.
que no, pero nadie puede contra las bendiciones que tira Dios. Enfoca en lo mío, no escucha a nadie, mira que se me dio. Todo lo que soñaba cuando era niño con tiempo se logró. Valió la pena todo el sacrificio, somos ganadores, no fallamos un gol. Con orgullo en el pecho, cargo el escudo cada vez que salgo. Tranqui,
decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero meu espaço.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato.
Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero meu espaço. Agilidade pra corresponder, toda a frieza de um camisa 10. Malemolência pra enganar, estratégia do conceito, estratégia, o troféu tá em jogo, todos querem ganhar. Mas no final só um vai fazer festa, eternamente do adversário, ganhando a raça, assinando o talento. Fogos e bomba, troféu pro alto, isso é rotina do procedimento. Se a torcida deles é contra, festas o fortalecimento. A tática deixa a zaga até tonta, a vitória é fruto do desempenho. Ei, olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero meu espaço.
Sabadão no jogo na arena e na área, o moleque estava sonador de primeira, mandou lá na caixa que tem de menor na quebrada. Ele aprende a fazer gol, então joga na telha que é peça fechada. E só entra, você vai, estende a bandeira, manda dois pro alto. A vitória já chegou, os meninos conquistou a vitória em grande estilo. Dificuldade triplou, ousadia é combustível. Não é que clareou, acompanha esse placar. No X1 vai virou, agora é comemorar. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 em campo, eu quero meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 em campo, eu quero meu
Pensaban
espaço.
que no, pero nadie puede contra las bendiciones que tira Dios. Enfoca en lo mío, no escucha a nadie, mira que se me dio. Todo lo que soñaba cuando era niño con tiempo se logró. Valió la pena todo el sacrificio, somos ganadores, no fallamos un gol. Con orgullo en el pecho, cargo el escudo cada vez que salgo. Tranqui, yo me encargo de dejar a mi equipo en lo alto. Se siente euforia en la tribuna completa y me pongo la 10, sudo la camiseta. Salimos y puro jogó bonito, arriba en el marcador, esa era la meta.
Este es de la Rose. Aquí si yo gano, todos coronamos. No fue un día pa' otro, nada regalado. Yo soñé con esto sin plata en el mercado. Y si mi equipo gana, todos coronamos. Dime, que como lo hago, todos quieren que yo les explique. Yo vengo de abajo de estar estresado por el ticket. Yo soy la receta y la chef. Metí corazón y fe, y ahora vivo lo que manifesté. Lucha por tus sueños y pichar al que te diga que no puedes lograrlo. Los números son solo números, pero el joseo no puede comprarlo. 725, eso no da, por eso le hice caso abajo. Ahora estoy viviendo bien y mami tiene vira la cuenta de banco.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero meu espaço.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato.
Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero meu espaço. na trave e não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave e não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Sabadão no jogo na arena e na área o moleque estava. Sonador de primeira mandou lá na caixa que tem de menor na quebrada. Ele aprende a fazer gol, então joga na telha que é peça fechada. E só entra, você doma, estende a bandeira, manda dois pro alto. Da vitória já chegou, os meninos conquistou a vitória em grande estilo. Dificuldade driblou, ousadia é combustível. Não é que clareou, acompanha esse placar. No X1 vai virou, agora é comemorar. Olho no lance, tá bem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 em campo, eu quero o meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 em campo, eu quero o meu
Pensaban
espaço.
que no, pero nadie puede contra las bendiciones que tira Dios. Enfoca en lo mío, no escucha a nadie, mira que se me dio. Todo lo que soñaba cuando era niño con tiempo se logró. Valió la pena todo el sacrificio, somos ganadores, no fallamos un gol. Con orgullo en el pecho, cargo el escudo cada vez que salgo. Tranqui, yo me encargo de dejar a mi equipo en lo alto. Se siente euforia en la tribuna.
Charging into his opponent, a little too aggressive.
Idrissi gets his shot in early.
Gonna have to wait till the end of the game to see.
Shooting opportunity again taken again. Herrera gets his body in the way. Things to enjoy. Let's see what Morocco can do. Chile with a break. Now an early shot, it's hit off target, and it's an interesting effort as well.
But we really expected an even game so far.
Good through ball, and Chile finally get a shot off.
But what a counter-attack, what a way to punch back.
And here come Chile in their white kit looking for an opening. They find one. Well, as we were saying, they were kind of sitting back, trying to dictate the rhythm. They have gone in front.
One of our viewers here says likely star player. Oh, we got it right. Wow. Star player.
Are they getting a faster transmission than us?
I don't think so. It can't be faster.
Sometimes Brazil's like they wanted Argentina to win the World Cup. I didn't believe that for 1 minute. Here come Chile and rifled into the back of the net as they double the score. A thunderbolt right at the start of the second period will be promised goals, and we've got one. And so did we. Now Morocco, chance to pull one back. Trading here by 2. Referees well positioned. Morocco just needing to make sure that this one doesn't start to slip away from them.
They're in the driver's seat.
3 against 1 here. And are starting to run away with this one. The man who found the net moments ago does it again.
If he finds the back of the net, it's going to count double. Then we go 3-2. Wow, what a laser.
Flying save as well. Still with a chance, side foot goes wide of a target.
Chile are going to defend. If Chile are going to park the bus, Morocco have to attempt those shots from range, and that's what they're doing.
And well, they get caught on the sucker punch. Chile now extend their lead to make it 4 goals to 0. And Morocco do not know what's hit them. Looks like hard time.
Secret card Chile, shootout.
And a chance to extend the lead even further with a shootout.
Yeah, just everything seems to be going right for Chile, John.
As he moves forward, he's got 5 seconds. Goes round the keeper and slides it home. And Chile are running riot against Morocco.
Here's Nadir Loab.
Well, that's a good effort, but again, Herrera's there. Has been MVPs. Got to keep a rhythm going now. Good footwork, great footwork again. Keeper has committed, but it's just no joy. Nadir. Chile getting him a challenges, a red shirt available. There's a shooting opportunity, and it's off the metalwork and into the back of the net, and at least Morocco find a way through. To Morocco's advantage if they can keep Chile out. Nacho Herrera favours the right foot, goes on his left and drills it low, and Chile wrap it up. And he has been the star of the show in the final third for Chile. A convincing win against the Moroccans by 6-1. Morocco just blown aside.
See the corner of the screen there, you're going to get some explanations. Here's Pablo Miura, left foot. Here's Hussein Arita, blocked by the excellent Luis Sanchez. He's got the overlapping run. Here's the layoff. Hako Toshia once again on his right foot, forcing Luis Sanchez to work. Great strike.
5,
Luis Sanchez, here's
3,
Paco Romero,
2,
left foot.
1.
Paco, is he going to score a wonder goal? No, he isn't.
Couldn't release it quickly enough.
Reminded me of Neymar back in the day with Barcelona and Santos. He liked to weave his way in. We're closing in on minute 17. That's when the double goal privileges are going to start. Here's Facu from range. What a rocket! Forcing Usain. The first 3 minutes of the second half will be played. It'll be 1v1, John.
This is going to break things up.
After the second half, Marquito Navajas won't be yawning. We're underway once again. Here come Argentina, Martinez! Aaron Martinez!
This is the moment where the goals come in straight after halftime, and it was perfect as well, the 1v1 scenario.
Here comes Japan, and they are level. Toshia equalizes for the Japanese. Look at the reaction. Excuse me. Takes his time. Junichi Kato. Marquito Navarra. Left foot on it. Back of the net. Sensational strike from Marquito Navarra.
Reverse penalty.
Reverse penalty between the sticks for Argentina. There's the whistle. Here's Agata. Never any doubt, was there?
You're seeing the live match in the card.
Goal times 2.
Okay. The match ball mode will mean.
Here come Argentina. What a laser from Lescano. Is the effort from range. Everyone inside this arena, including myself, thought that went in. That ball did not go in. Rio Rey. Here's Rio Rey. Can he get it in? No, he can't. Luis Sanchez, he's going to go from coast to coast. You have got to be kidding me. What a goal from Luis Sanchez from coast to coast.
Vive na cara do gol pra fazer, obra de arte com a bola no pé, agilidade pra corresponder, toda a frieza de um camisa 10, malemolência pra enganar, estratégia do conceito, estratégia, o troféu tá em jogo, todos querem ganhar, mas no final só um vai fazer festa, entra na mente do adversário, ganha na raça, assinando o talento, fogos e bomba, troféu pro alto, isso é rotina do procedimento, se a torcida deles é contra, festas o fortalecimento, a tática deixa a zaga até tonta, a vitória é fruto do desempenho, olho no lance, lá vem golaço, bola na trave, não decide o campeonato, é que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil, é só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço, olho no lance, lá vem golaço, bola na na trave e não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Sabadão no jogo na arena e na área o moleque estava. Sonador de primeira mandou lá na caixa que tem de menor na quebrada. Ele aprende a fazer gol, então joga na telha que é peça fechada. E só entra, você dobra, estende a bandeira, manda dois pro alto. Da vitória já chegou, os meninos conquistou a vitória em grande estilo. Dificuldade triplou, ousadia é combustível. Não é que clareou, acompanha esse placar. No X1 vai virou, agora é comemorar. Olho no lance, tá bem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 em campo, eu quero o meu espaço. Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. Tem 7 em campo, eu quero o meu
Pensaban
espaço.
que no, pero nadie puede contra las bendiciones que tira Dios. Enfoca en lo mío, no escucha a nadie, mira que se me dio. Todo lo que soñaba cuando era niño con tiempo se logró. Valió la pena todo el sacrificio, somos ganadores, no fallamos un gol. Con orgullo en el pecho, cargo el escudo cada vez que salgo. Tranqui, yo me encargo de dejar a mi equipo en lo alto. Se siente euforia en la tribuna completa y me pongo la 10, sudo la camiseta. Salimos y puro jogó bonito, arriba en el marcador esa era la meta.
Este es de la Rose. Aquí si yo gano, todos coronamos. No fue un día pa' otro, nada regalado. Yo soñé con esto sin plata en el mercado. Y si mi equipo gana, todos coronamos. Dime, que como lo hago, todos quieren que yo les explique. Yo vengo de abajo de estar estresado por el ticket. Yo soy la receta y la chef. Metí corazón y fe, y ahora vivo lo que manifesté. Lucha por tus sueños y pichar al que te diga que no puedes lograrlo. Los números son solo números, pero el joseo no puede comprarlo. 725, eso no da, por eso le hice caso abajo. Ahora estoy viviendo bien y mami tiene vira la cuenta banco.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave e não decide o campeonato. É que eu fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato.
Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Olho no lance, lá vem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato.
Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil. É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Tranqui, yo me encargo de dejar a mi equipo en lo alto. Se siente euforia en la tribuna completa y me pongo la 10, sudo la camiseta. Salimos y puro jogó bonito, arriba en el marcador esa era la meta.
Aquí si yo gano, todos coronamos. No fue un día pa' otro, nada regalado. Yo soñé con esto sin plata en el mercado. Y si mi equipo gana, todos coronamos. Dime.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Trident Arena in São Paulo, Brazil. We're back for the Kings World Cup of Nations Brazil 2026, Thursday, January 8th, 2026. If I haven't said it yet, Happy New Year. This is the place to be. Team Mexico warming up to face Team India in this match day 2, day 4 of the competition. What really a competition it has been thus far. Today is a big day for host Brazil. 4 more teams will be playing their second match of the journey. We're talking about India, we're talking about Mexico, but we are also talking about Brazil and Qatar that will be facing each other in the later game. I'm Anthony Wells. Such a pleasure to be here alongside me, my good friend, commentator, caster as well within the Kings universe, John Cottrell. My friend, we had a lot of fun yesterday. We're just having fun every day, but we're going to have a lot of fun today as well, I'm sure of it.
Yep, never stops. Massive games, particularly for the host, Brazil, coming up in the next couple of hours or so.
Yeah, this upcoming game is going to be interesting. Two teams looking for a rebound win. Mexico coming from a loss to Saudi Arabia, and India coming from a defeat to Indonesia. Let's have some look at some of the results of match day 2. Day 3, this is what went down yesterday. Chile stunning the world, running all over Morocco 6-1, and then Argentina just narrowly beating Japan 3-1. What did you think of these games, John?
First match, very one-sided. Chile in control right for the start. Consolation goal for the Moroccans, who were disappointing. They were gutted at the end of that one. Argentina struggling up front. This is an issue for me, that lack of firepower. Only one goal from open play. Japan perhaps deserved more than that result. Yeah, Argentina barely beating Germany, barely beating Japan. If they want to go far, they are going to have to improve. Let's have a look at the standings thus far. I think Chile, safe to say, the best South American side, strong candidates to being the surprise team of the competition. Look at them at the very top of Group A, Argentina at the top of that Group B, Italy flying high at the top of Group C, Spain flying high at the top of Group D, Brazil later today will be trying to change that situation. Then, of course, we have Group E left to play. Is there anything here that really stands out to you, John? Italy's goal difference. You might say that they haven't played the best side so far, but they can only play who they come up against, so fabulous for them. Chile, as you said, pretty good. Again, for me, I thought Argentina were pretty good. The first match, I thought they had the ingredients there, but the lack of goals is a real concern for me also. But saying that, they didn't concede many. All these teams, John, they have one goal: to reach the grand finale on January 17th, a final that will take place in a spectacular venue, the Allianz Parque, one of the most modern stadiums in this part of the world. You can fit over 40,000 people there. It's the home to Palmeiras, one of the bigger and better teams here in Brazil. So right now, let's get to know a little bit more of the Allianz Parque, where the final will be played January 17th.
Vai começar tudo outra vez.
Allianz Parque, estamos de volta.
Make sure to get tickets to the final January 17th at the Allianz Parque on our website, kingsleague.pro. It is very, very easy. This is Team India warming up ahead of their clash against Mexico. Let's go over right now the most important things that went down yesterday. We are going to begin, of course, with the Chilean upset victory against Morocco, a huge one. The South Americans beat the side that beat Colombia 6-1, and Morocco entered this game, right, John, as one of the favorites, but then after the result yesterday, I'm not quite so sure about that. Yeah, I'm not sure they are favorites, but Chile just blew them away, really. Morocco never got going right from the start. Again, you've got to talk about context. So the Moroccans beat Colombians, who weren't that brilliant, and then Chile saw off Morocco, and it was a deserved win. There was no doubt about it. There's no fortune. Two brilliant errors, one up front and one between the posts for Chile, making all the difference, and that is key, isn't it? You've got those big time players who can deliver when it's required. Yeah, and the Chileans really had the experience, right? We're talking about Ignacio Nacho Herrera up front and Mati Herrera at the very back. Chile, of course, were always the better side from the very beginning. You saw Ezequiel Luna there celebrating with Pedro Canales. He's the president for Chile, and he's got the support from this guy is here, Arturo Vidal. He played here in Brazil at Flamengo, at Atlético Paranaense. He was one of the best midfielders in the world back in 2015. And one of the reasons why Chile did so well, it's thanks to this guy, Nacho Herrera. He entered that select group of players to score 4 goals in one game. That is very tough to do. Yep, fabulous on the day.
made all the difference. Again, if you've got someone performing in the final third and you've got someone at the back pulling off wonderful stops, you are going to go far in a competition like this.
Yeah, he just retired recently from professional football. At the end of last year, he won the second division in Chile with Universidad de Concepcion. He's almost 40 years of age, but clearly he's still got it. He's one of the top scorers of the competition. You see there alongside Matteo Perotti. 5 goals for Nacho Herrera. He got the poker against Morocco. I'm going to ask the chat right now, do you think he's going to be the top scorer of the nations? I'm not quite sure about that, but he did very well in this game.
He did fabulously well. And he's tight as well at the top of the table when it comes to the goal-scoring charts.
And it was certainly a reality check for Morocco, and that guy right there, Walid Jadi, the wizard, unable to pack a punch against Chile.
Yeah,
they came into this match after beating Colombia.
I think he left his wand at home.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see here how the players visibly sad, devastated after the game. They have one last chance this weekend against the Netherlands. Certainly a frustrating result against Chile. If you are Morocco, they went into this game as the favorites, of course, due to their experience and quality, just not good enough. How about this, John? I called this goal right here a stunning goal scored by Luis Sanchez to seal the deal for Argentina.
Yeah, stunning doesn't do it justice, does it really? We've seen a couple of goals struck from keepers so far, but that one, remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. And what a way as well to win a match. This is what it's all about in the King's universe. Getting that goal to seal the deal, and Argentina did it in style, although they struggled. And you've got to give credit to Japan. Japan really tested Argentina.
Yeah, Japan suffered their second consecutive defeat to Argentina. They lost at the Nations in Italy last year, lost yesterday. After the dice moment, the score was 1-1. What really tipped the scales here was the presidential penalty, right? Marquito Navarras, he did really an excellent job. There he is celebrating. Situation's rather tricky for Japan right now. They lost the opening game to the US. They really put up a fight against Argentina. And I think, John, we can say that Japan lost because they were a little bit unlucky and they couldn't capitalize on those chances that they had. There were few, they couldn't convert them.
Yeah, you make your own luck, I think, in football. But yeah, you feel sorry for Japan because they put on a very, very good battle against a decent Argentina side and didn't quite go their way in the end. Firepower. It's all about firepower for me at the moment.
It really is all about firepower. And that kick there from that Marquito Navarras certainly had firepower. This one right here from Junichi Kato didn't. He delivered against the US in the opening game, but against Argentina, this happened. What do you think was the issue there, John? Just a little too much power on it, a little too much firepower?
Yeah, you can get too much adrenaline, but it was only just over, of course, as well. And it is a big thing when you're not a regular penalty taker, not a professional player.
How about this example of humility, right? The Japanese apologized to the fans after the game. If there was a team that was clearly hurt by this defeat, it was Team Japan. You see the players, they're very sad, devastated. You say Narita, he was one of the best players in the game. He was crying. And I don't think these guys needed to apologize, right? They did so well.
Cultural thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cultural thing. I mean, lots of stereotypes around Japan. Yeah, they cleaned up the changing rooms and the fans cleaning up the stands, all that kind of stuff. But they put on a very good show and a lot to be proud about.
Yeah, they left everything on the pitch yesterday. Japan are going to try to turn their situation around in the final game against Germany. All right, all this happened yesterday. Today, we have another 2 epic games of the first group round. First, we have, of course, Mexico versus India. And then, of course, we have Brazil versus Qatar. There's a lot of excitement here. You saw the 2 games to come tomorrow. Saudi Arabia are playing, the US are playing, Germany are playing. So we got a lot of good stuff ahead of us. The Trident Arena will be packed again for another thrilling night of Kings. Here we are, the games of today. India versus Mexico, Qatar versus Brazil. Just a few moments ago, we showed you the games, of course, that will be played tomorrow, we're already getting you prepared for what's to come on Friday.
We're running ahead of ourselves. Thursday action, Friday start tomorrow. I'm just a little concerned here that we've got two sides out there running around trading, both in green shirts.
Yeah, we're going to have to look for the shorts, right? Team India got the orange shorts. Maybe they should change. I don't think it's going to happen, John. Either way, I want to talk about Kaká right now. You know why? Because he's the president of the Kings League Brazil. He's a legend of the Brazilian national team. He won the World Cup with the Seleção back in 2002. FIFA Ballon d'Or winner, Champions League winner, AC Milan legend. He played at Real Madrid side by side with the likes of players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, and he is going to take the president penalty for Brazil. Is he going to take it in a suit like that? Either way, today, 7 p.m. local time, right here at the Trident Arena, we're going to get the ball drop for Brazil versus Qatar. It is the place to be, my friend. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Kaká in his lined suit. We'll see what he's wearing later on this evening.
Besides Kaká, we got a lot more surprises coming your way, so make sure you stick with us through the entirety of this broadcast. Here are the Indian players you saw a few moments ago. They were arriving at the Trident Arena looking for that rebound win. We have a special, of course, announcement from Kaká. He will take the president penalty, and on top of that, we're going to get some top announcements as well before the match between Brazil and Qatar. A lot of things are going to happen here at the Trident Arena. As you know, during the Kings World Cup of Nations, there are always announcements, news, a lot of stuff going on. And of course, today is going to be one of those days. We have a lot of big games, big names that are happening within these walls. In other words, we got a lot of surprises in store for you, and you do not want to miss it. So stay tuned for the pre-match. Not just the match, but the pre-match as well for Brazil versus Qatar.
Yeah, that's about an hour and quarter time. So, of course, you've got the this match here, plus everything coming up, all the big bonuses very shortly.
Yeah, just a few moments ago, we saw the arrival of the Indian team. There they are, more focused, more concentrated, I believe, this time around, looking for their first victory in the Nations, a competition where they are debuting. They lost to Indonesia 5-3. They put up a good fight against Indonesia, John, but Indonesia, let's just be honest here, are not the strongest team of the competition.
But a good scoreline, wasn't it? 3-5. As I remember, India taking a 2-goal lead. I think it was the first match we saw a team coming back in this Kings Universe live and direct from São Paulo. But entertaining match. Really difficult to know what's in store for us here for this first game tonight.
Yeah, we certainly have to congratulate Team India and the project, the organization, the investment that was in putting this team together, putting the staff together, getting them in the Kings World Cup of Nations. They made the trip to Brazil, and they put up a solid performance against Indonesia in the first game. Let's recap that performance, right? India took the lead on the scoreboard, but they just couldn't secure the win. India would turn it around, winning 5-3. That guy you saw right there, the number 18, Reza Yamani, scored. And believe it or not, we had some Indonesian supporters here at the Trident Arena. São Paulo, of course, a very international city, so we got people from all over the globe here. We also had the earliest red card in A Nations, right? The match produced exactly that. 25 seconds in, goalkeeper Jaime Joy was sent off, so he's going to miss this game right now against Mexico. Rush of blood right there, John. I mean, we've said this time and time again. Clearly not the right decision there. And India didn't have a backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, no Joy for Jaime Joy.
Yeah.
Terrible, but as you know, as we said, rush of blood to the head. He was a mile off his line. We don't know what he was thinking. Just automatic reflex, I think, but he could have headed it easily, cleared it, so maybe just a lack of experience.
And what was wild was that when we got this red card, everyone was going to think that Indonesia would score. Not the case. India went on to score 2 goals, but Indonesia eventually would turn things around. One of those goals scored by India was voted the funniest goal of match day 1, because with this guy here, Jaime Joy, sent off, Mohamed Asif, who is an outfield player, he's originally number 36. he stepped in with the number 49, and he put on the show. This show right here. The Kings universe is also about entertainment, and look what this guy did, John. I mean, this is just great.
Yeah, showmanship all the way. But you've got to say as well, apart from the header goal, the only header goal we've seen, it's a great run, but a very static defence. He slams it onto the metal work, follows it up, and then just this. And he almost misses the header as well.
Yeah, you saw the reaction earlier from the team leader, Mikel Yado. This would be the second goal for India on the day, but it just would not be enough. I thought it was so entertaining, the manner in which he decided to just place that ball over the line. It still counts when you do it this way, and there's the reaction from Ali, or Atta Halilintar and Chatmo. Mexico arrived, Team Mexico earlier today, the Mexican national team, semi-finalists of the Nations in Italy last year. They lost the opening game to the US last year, reached the semi-finals, and of course, lost the first game of the competition this year, looking for the rebound win. I saw a few smiles there. I think the Mexicans are going into this game confident because they know they're the favorites.
Yeah, losing to Saudi. Are they favourites? Are they clear favourites? Well, probably on paper, but they have to deliver. That is the key thing. And we've seen as well, you know, for me, the great thing about this tournament, this Kings Universe setup, is the start. If you get a 1v1, it really levels the playing field. And as we saw with Japan, with their skills, you've got players up front like that, you can score goals.
Yeah, a lot of things can happen in the first few minutes of the first half and the first 3 minutes of the second half as well. Mexico reached the semifinal last year in Italy, losing to Brazil 3-1. Mexico started strong, but Saudi Arabia were just incredible. They came from behind to win it 4-3. We were on this game as well, John, and this was one of the best games of the competition.
A lot of things going on, a lot of goals going in. Surprises all the way through this tournament.
Keeping in mind that Saudi Arabia had their sweet revenge against Mexico after losing 8-4 in Italy last year. They went on to win 4-3 with 2 goals in match ball to claim it. Also very important, no penalty precedent for Team Mexico despite the presence of many presidents. You see Rivers right there, Alana, Nati were some of the representatives who watched the match from the Trident Arena, but none of them took a penalty. So will any president step up to take a penalty today against India? Remember that Mexico have the support of Miguel Layún. Played at the World Cups in 2010, 2014. He was at the World Cup here in Brazil as well. And they have the support of the Montiel brothers, Alex and Gabo Montiel. Mexico were able to score first against Saudi Arabia, but it simply was not good enough. Let's have a look at Team Mexico warming up. I can see them right now here at the Trident Arena, gearing up, getting ready to go. Fired up Team Mexico. A few players we can look out for today.
And I'm so pleased as well to see that India changing their shirts to kind of a sky blue. But yeah, Mexico got to fancy their chances to bounce back today. They really have to as well. Keep them alive, keep themselves in it, raise the morale.
Yeah, Mexico are the favorites for this game against India, but as we saw yesterday, that doesn't mean a whole lot. Pepe Ashkenazi, he is the player to look out for. He was the MVP of the Mexican team in the last game. He scored a goal. He's the Club de Cuervos top striker, and I really like that name, Club de Cuervos, right? Because it's the team named after the famous Netflix series. So keep an eye out for Team Mexico number 7. I also want to point out Obed Martinez. He scored one of those goals as well, and he was a standout player for Mexico. He was the best player for Mexico, in fact, at the Nations in Italy last year. The Mexicans, led by head coach Paul Fontpignol, he'll be hoping to change their situation around in the competition. Let's talk about this guy once again, John. Asif Khan, originally number 36, but for this game, make sure we don't confuse anyone. he will be playing with the number 49. He was the hero for India in that epic clash against Indonesia. Do you think this guy could pull something off again, my friend?
I'm sure he'd love to. I'm sure he'd love to entertain the crowd as he did, with the goal he scored as well. But India might be up against, although they took those 2-goal leads against Indonesia and they just didn't quite have the bottle and the wherewithal to hang on. So this might be more of an even contest here than many believe.
Sometimes the beautiful game can put you into tricky situations because India came to Brazil without a backup goalkeeper. They only had Jaime Joy, and I don't think they imagined Joy to be sent off 25 seconds into the competition.
Now, you can't go into a tournament with just one keeper. That is not the best of things. If they'd have given me a call, I might have been available. Had I not been busy in the booth.
My friend, I think you would do a fantastic job. Team India, led by Mikel Yado and the head coach Sanusharaj Palanikan. We saw the Mexican camp concentrated right there, gearing up, getting ready to go for the first 20 minutes of playing time, making sure their mind is in the right place. Mexico came so close to winning that game against Saudi Arabia. I believe, John, if they were perhaps just a tad bit more focused, concentrated, and better on the ball, they could have beaten Team Saudi Arabia just like they did last year in Italy.
Yeah, it's the focus, it's the ability, it's the fitness levels as well. Even though we've only got a maximum, in theory, of 20-minute halves, so many components in this, what is essentially futsal 7-a-side match, but with a lot of ingredients.
Obed Martinez scored 8 goals for Mexico last year. He's a player to look out for as well. Let's talk about the Brazilians. They stumbled in their home debut. They were just not good enough for Spain. Spain deserved this win. They got everything right, and the Spanish continue their unbeaten run. They beat Brazil. They also were able to get an important victory in the second game against Poland. Not against Poland, against Peru, excuse me. But John, what do you think of Brazil thus far?
Yeah, it was, Brazil one game so far. For me, it's that fact that they've got an absolute fabulous player up front. The other players around him need to help out. You can't go into this tournament as a one-man team. There's loads of talent that Brazil have, absolutely loads, but there's an over-reliance on one particular player we're going to look at very, very shortly, and I think for me, that's just a little bit concerning.
Yeah, Brazil really called up all of their stars, right? Luan Mestre, Dedo, Andreas, Lipão, right, who won the Golden Crown last year, who was split one champion of the Kings League Brazil with Furia. But of course, I didn't mention this guy, Kelvin Oliveira. Imagine scoring a hat-trick and it's still not being good enough.
Best player in this tournament for me by a country mile. The ability that this player's got is absolutely phenomenal. His balance, his precision, the techniques, it's all there's a perfect bundle, but he can't carry Brazil on his own. We saw glimpses of Pantera, for example, who had little bits of great work but didn't really carry it through. The consistency wasn't really there. He's on form. Brazil play well, but he needs support in particular.
Yeah, speaking of numbers, this guy's numbers are impressive. 22 goals in the past 2 nations. This guy scored 19 times yesterday. This is him taking the penalty kick. Brazil did not have enough goals as Spain. They did not have the win, but they certainly did have the atmosphere. It was amazing for the champions' debut. The game really left us with an incredible atmosphere at the Trident Arena. The Brazilian fans, the Brasileiros, certainly turned up, making their presence known, their voices heard, cheering at the top of their lungs, but it just wasn't enough. You saw Michel Elias there. It wasn't enough to really push the Brazilians forward.
Yeah, the Brazucas are out in force already here in this early evening.
Yeah, we can talk about not just Kelvin and Lipão, all of Brazil's players really have been preparing for this competition for a very long time, especially after what went down last year in Italy. We got an amazing atmosphere for that Brazil versus Spain game, and we're going to get an amazing atmosphere today for the match between the Brazilians against Qatar. Here's what to come.
O público e o gaulês pediram a Espanha. Vamos ver quem vem.
Olha só, galera.
Olha isso.
Let's talk about the team that Brazil will be facing. I'm talking about Qatar. They put on a strong performance against Peru, winning 5-4. There's Abu Falla, the president of Qatar. They made a strong impression beating Peru 5-4, but they really are in a tough group with two giants of the competition right in Brazil and Spain. If they beat Brazil, if they pull off the upset, if they stun the world, they would be level with Spain with 2 wins from 2 matches. But John, I don't think that's going to happen.
Saying that, they do have quality, and we're looking at that man there as well. There is something about Qatar, but yeah, you're right. On paper, surely Brazil will come through, but it might not be as easy as many predict.
Yeah, I can see Brazil dropping the win against Spain, but I can't see them dropping the win against Qatar. You see Abu Falla celebrating there. One of the reasons why Qatar won was because this guy was absolutely incredible. Youssef Chikiti, he was the hat-trick hero. 3 goals for him in the 5-4 victory over Peru. What a performance. He's a left back in 11-a-side football, so he's very quick.
Yeah, on his prime form in the first match. It really was the man who made all the difference.
How about that finish there? Cheeky, intelligent, saw the space, saw the angle, took advantage of it. A huge win for Qatar, who are in this group of death alongside Spain and Brazil. We've been showing you moments of this guy right here, the streamer Abu Falla, and he couldn't help his team. He missed his president's penalty, John.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him coming out here. We're going to see lots of gestures. He's going to do this kind of stuff. Focus, 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 focus. That is the key. I think he was distracted.
He took his shoes off. For many other presidents, that seemed to work. Not the case for Abu Falla. He has never scored a goal in the Kings League. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to vote for who will be starting the 1v1 scale-up in this Kings League. It's not just the players who play, it's not only the coaches who make decisions. You, the spectators at home across planet Earth, are also a fundamental part of this universe. That is why in this competition, it will be you who decide by voting through the chat which 2 players will start the climb in each match. On the screen you can see the options there. These are the players that the coaches have proposed to start the game. So vote in the chat. It's very easy. Just write the name of the player you want to start. You can be the coach. So Askenazi and Martinez are the options for Mexico. Mushraf Muhammad and Soham Bagawati are the options for Team India. Kaká, tira uma foto comigo, Kaká. Take a picture with me. A lot of anticipation and anxiety inside the Trident Arena right now. Let's get ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. India versus Mexico, Mexico versus India. Here we go. Welcome back, everyone. Mexico versus India. India versus Mexico. Percentages on the screen right now. Mexico are going to be a little higher since they are the favorites. Mexico of Diego Martinez. India of Asif Khan. John, my friend, this is where I hand off the play-by-play responsibilities to you, my friend. Take it away.
Well, here we go then. Our first match of the evening. Who's going to come out on top between these 2 sides? I think it's a little bit closer than it might be predicted. Let's have a look at India. Jamie Joy, as we've said, not out for this one. Mohamed, Nijo, Gilbert, Ananda Reddy, Alessandro Romario, that's the big name to play, but of course, has he got the skill? Musraf Mohamed, Dinshu Kadawab, Rajon Jose, Bizwa Daji, Ajin Anthony, Kalahad Tunki, Asif Khan, the man we've already talked about before, who could be perhaps the key, and Paraguata, all available for India, apart from one of them, of course, as we said, the keeper who get himself sent off. As for Mexico, a couple of keepers out there, Montedi, Jose Estaba, And we're looking in the kind of midfield in the back line as well. Martin Rodriguez, Carlos Valdez, Jose Askenazi, Obed Martinez, Martin Laura, Eddie Sanchez, Mejia, David Junco, Castillo, Diego Martinez, Alexis Silva, who was on the score sheet last time. We're going to get the national anthems any second. Third from India, and let's hear from the Mexicans. Oh, we've had the national anthems, India-Mexico.
Yeah, good to see a lot of Mexican supporters in the stands as well.
Familiar faces, different kind of kits.
Yeah, and many players that we can point out on the Mexican side, right? We can talk about Pepe Askenazi, key player for Mexico in the past game. We can talk about Obed Martinez. He was great for Mexico last year in Italy. I want to see a little bit more from Obed Martinez in Brazil. I want to see the Martinez that we saw in Italy here in South America. And of course, Alexis Silva, the big man, he scored one of the goals against Saudi Arabia as well.
India, Mexico, our first match of the evening. Qatar, Brazil coming straight up after this one. Two sides with a lot to prove. Two sides coming in to this game with defeats. India losing by 3-5 against Indonesia. Mexico 3-4 against Saudi Arabia. So plenty at stake. Anthony, you said that you feel that Mexico can edge it, but what I love about this is that right from kickoff, and particularly at half-time as well, there are so many chances created where games get swung one way or another.
Yeah, that's why the Kings universe is just so great, right, John? These matches just start off in such an exhilarating fashion. The first few minutes of the first half, first few minutes of the second half. These players, they have more time. they have more space, they have more time and space to get it right. They also have more time and space to get it wrong. But if you're in the stands, and we can see that the bleachers are slowly but surely filling up here, it's just all the more exciting to watch. So hopefully we get some goals right off the get-go, right? We didn't get that, for example, in the match between Argentina and Japan. Hopefully both of these teams come out guns blazing.
Yes, 2v2, 1v1, 3v3s, a whole load of things to look out for. The cards, of course.
Yeah, keeping in mind these coaches, they don't know what secret card it is. They're randomly selecting it from that box, and it's not only what secret card you have, but how you use it and when you use it that is instrumental if you want to win the game.
Presidential penalty, secret cards, you've got the roll of a dice. Ask us your questions if you are new to this format on the chats. But all the information you're going to see coming up in the right-hand corner of your screen as well. A reminder that Qatar and company will be here in around about an hour's time. A lot of big news coming out here this evening from Brazil. So stay tuned. Treat this as a kind of warm-up. There's a lot at stake here for both these sides.
The audience has decided that 1 versus 1. India, number 77, Soham Bhagawati. Mexico, number 7, Pepe Ashkenazi.
The players then have been selected. One keeper, one outfield player, although the keepers play a very important role. And for me, these are the decisive moments as we pan the arena. A lot of supporters already here. Let's get ready then for our first match. India against Mexico, both players on their respective touchlines. The race for the centre circle. The ball is hoisted down. Well, here we go.
Gravity does its thing, John. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be good.
Mexico green shirts. India, fortunately for us, changed to that kind of sky blue. Let's see, walking pace already. Pepe has support from his keeper. And our first shot is blazed over Monterde. Close range. Anthony, again, it depends here, doesn't it, on the tactics of different teams. Some like to keep the keeper on the goal line, some don't.
Yeah, it all depends the quality of the keeper that you have. I know Monterde is a keeper, but you have to do better than that.
Asif Khan tries to trick his way through, almost does so. This is important right at the beginning! And this is what we were talking about, a chance in these early stages to strike a hold on the match. And India have done exactly that. Soham forces his way through in the end, does enough. India in front. And it's Mexico respond.
Yeah, it's a back and forth game. John, this is exactly what we want. We want both of these teams coming out guns blazing. And one thing that's great here at the Trident Arena is that the Brazilians are celebrating for India. They're cheering for India right now. Would you look at that?
That's a little unfair, isn't it, on Mexico? The North Americans. 2 quick goals, as we promised. Right start then.
9, 8,
this is the
7,
former outfield player, Asif Khan.
1, 3.
Has a load of support. Good defending by Mexico. Musraf is about to pull the trigger.
Yeah, just to explain to our viewers, the matches begin 2v2, and in the first 5 minutes, after every minute that goes by, it scales up to 7v7.
Yeah, that noise will tell you. This is hit, goal, bound! Oh, they look around, the Indian players, and after taking a quick early lead, the goalkeeper of Mexico has doubled his tally already. That is perfect execution.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, John. I'm not going to criticize Monterde anymore. We've got a few of these golazos in the competition. Yesterday from Luis Sanchez, today from Antonio Monterde. Great vision from him to go from coast to coast once again.
Yeah, the Indians looking around, saying, well, who was backers cover? It's quick thinking. You know, we've talked about technique, we've talked about determination and the ability. You need to be really on your ball here in this match. So 3 goals already, less than 3 minutes on the clock. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Cutting effort goes over.
Not even 3 minutes in, we already have 3 goals. We are setting ourselves up, John, for a very, very great day. What a match, Mexico versus India. Up next, Brazil versus Qatar. Kaká is going to take a penalty. Wow.
Well, every time we get to that minute mark, until we scale up, you're going to hear the warning signs or warning noises coming in. Monteverde's already he's on the hat-trick already with 2 goals and drilled in at the keeper. India could spring forward, looking round for options. That was a poor delivery in midfield. A gift for the side in green.
And I'm going to tell our viewers across planet Earth, let us know where you're watching the game from. We got people checking in from Mexico, people checking in from India as well, showing their support. The more the merrier. Let us know where you're watching the game from. Are you enjoying the broadcast? What can we improve? Share the broadcast with as many people.
And the left-footed pile driver.
As many people you know. There we go.
Into the stands. Yeah, a lot of countries, Uzbekistan seems to feature quite often.
Yeah,
Mexico, of course, we're out in Spanish. We're out in different languages this evening. 4 minutes gone.
So in 50 seconds, everyone, this is one of the rules of the game in this universe. We're going to get 7v7. So less space, less time for these players to make up their minds. So it's really about the quick thinking.
3 quick goals already. Both Mexico's goal from the keeper, Monterde. Nice layoff down this near side. Drilled across, keeper does just about enough, as they've come. Fortunately for him, no one in a green shirt was lurking around the area. Nice pace about this match early on. There you go with the warning siren, warning alert, if you like. And we're already at 7 against 7 with 5 on the clock, 3 goals scored. Mexico having to come from behind. Sohan striking first tonight, then Monterde straight from his goal line and then from open play.
You know, John, I'll tell you what I'll do if I'm Mexico. They need to take advantage of the fact that the Indian goalkeeper is not a traditional goalkeeper. He's an outfield player that's playing in goal.
This one is wellied forward. Lara's efforts turned away.
Yeah, he's playing in goal. There he is, Asif Khan, in an improvised fashion. So if I'm Mexico, I'm putting as many shots on goal just like that as I can to try and force as many mistakes as possible from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was an unorthodox save, wasn't it? Just that white palm, and he thought about coming for it on that occasion as the header sailed off target.
We have our buddy Patrick joining in from the US saying he's cheering for Mexico. We got viewers as well in Bahrain rooting for Mexico. Peeps in South London.
Now danger here. Well, that's straight at the keeper. He's got to spread himself. Silva it was who got a decent shot in, kept his eyes on the ball. Perhaps unaware where Asif Khan was, but it's a couple of blocks now from the standing goalkeeper. Drilled in low, whizzes across the area, and that's what Asif Khan really has to do, just get his body in the way.
We have our viewers in South London, England. They're in the chat just waiting for the game, Qatar versus Brazil. How about that, huh? It's the big one today.
Here come Mexico. A lot of options. Very congested down the centre. They try to go down the right-hand flank, and no joy on that occasion. Almost 7 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, the idea of that through ball was good, but just a few of the Mexican players on that right flank weren't quite on the same frequency. So far, Asif Khan is holding his own. Originally, he's the number 36, but he's playing with the number 49.
Mexico seeing a lot of the ball, seeing a lot of efforts on goal.
And it's very, very important, John. for us to give a huge shout out to our buddies at UNICEF. They work in over 190 countries to protect and improve the lives of the most vulnerable children, ensuring health, education, and protection from violence, conflict, and poverty.
2025, Kings League and UNICEF joined forces to promote key causes such as mental health, gender equality, and digital rights, supporting UNICEF's flexible funding so it can act quickly and where it is needed most. 3 goals here so far. Mexico just starting to get a little bit of a hold on this match. If you're not familiar with our rules and regulations, just keep an eye on that right-hand corner, and Anthony, you can just give us a bit more info.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the secret cards precedent penalty can be used between minute 5 and 17 in the first half and between minute 23 and 36 in the second. Not a complex rule, so really fair to understand.
Mexico making India chase the ball. Pinged out to the far side, and a wonderful first-time strike. India now starting to impose himself. Silva with a golden finish.
Yeah, Alexis Silva scores. He gets his second goal of the competition. What a pass, though, from Obed Martinez. That is what you can expect. That is what I want to see from the Mexican number 10. If Mexico want to go far in the competition, they're going to need their star man, their number 10, in tip-top form.
Well, that was a fabulous strike, though, from Silva. And even now, until 9 minutes on the clock, India might want to start looking at cards and presidential penalties, just so that this game doesn't run away from them too early.
Yeah, it's always a tricky thing, right? Whether you use the secret card or the precedent penalty in the first half, or you have a little bit more patience, wait for the second. Mexico, the better side thus far. We kind of expected things to play out this way. They have more ball possession. They have more goals. India are going to have to open themselves up from the back, make themselves more vulnerable so they could drive forward and try to pack a punch.
Yeah, India struggling really here. Mexico knocking on the door again. A bit more about the side in green shirts tonight.
And just a quick correction here, John, just so I feel better. I said that Layun.
See what Mexico can conjure up. Thwarted down the right-hand channel, down the middle. Far too congested. This goes all the way back to the keeper.
I said that Layun played at the World Cups in 2010 and 2014. I was wrong. It's 2014 and 2018 in Russia. He's the big footballer connected to this team.
Mexico again, bossing possession, drilled in low, and it's all so easy. Silva again pops up at the right time, at the right place. Mexico threatening just to run away with this.
Yeah, this is what you expect from a big center forward like Alexis Silva, to position himself in the right place at the right time. That's where he was on that far post. What a low service in, though. Pinpoint assist met by the pinpoint tap-in. Mexico are running all over India.
Yeah, it was given far too much time and space, just ghosted past the India backline, and it's looking a little bit grim.
If we have some viewers in Mexico, they might remember Alexis Silva from his time at Veracruz in Liga MX in 2013 and 2014.
Some fine form today. Valverde and Alexis Silva, both on a brace. Very still early on, of course, 20 minutes of the first half. Still plenty of time to go. Plenty of exciting stuff coming up tonight. Qatar, Brazil, as this one is welded, but I'm afraid for India, well off target.
No one's telling me to do this, John, but I want to give a shout out to our friends at the Best Acai, because over the course of the broadcast, they're going to bring us acai. So if suddenly I go silent, our viewers across planet Earth know exactly why. It's because I will be indulging in some delicious acai.
You can have a go at describing exactly what it is when you get a chance in this game. It looks like ice cream, doesn't it? But it's not.
A lot better than ice cream, I'll tell you that, at least in my opinion. Huge shout out to our viewers in Massachusetts.
Here come Mexico yet again, giving India a real pummeling. They just get away with it on that occasion. There's a man down. There is offsides here in this tournament. We've got VAR as well.
We also have some viewers saying, greeting commentators from Croatia. Brazilians don't really want to talk about Croatia after what happened at the World Cup in Qatar.
It's an interesting place to go to. I went there a long time ago. Bottom left, the table as it is.
Yeah, this is Group E. It's bundled up, isn't it, John? Look at that. We got both India, Saudi Arabia with wins. That game between Indonesia and Saudi Arabia will be very interesting to help settle this group.
Yeah, this is one of the tightest groups we've had so far. Mexico again. Plenty of time on the ball. So far giving the Indians a little bit of a lesson. And they're finding it all too easy. Referee steps in. Rare free kick for Mexico. Those 4 goals. Monterde with 2. Silva also with 2. Soham opening the scoring for the Indians. Just in case you hadn't realised, the host Brazil in action at around 7 p.m. local time. Some massive stars on show. Mexico moving forward again with purpose, and again time and space to put this one wide on that occasion.
Yeah, the effort there from Renato Castillo, looking for his first goal of the competition for that later game between Qatar and Brazil. John, I really expect to see a different Brazil than what we saw against Spain. And I spoke to several streamers from the Arab world, and they're very confident about that team from Qatar. They think they're going to be able to give Brazil a tough time, so we're going to just have to wait and see.
Qatar seeing off Peru by 5 goals to 4. Spain beating Brazil, and it was an impressive scoreline as well by 7 goals to 3. And Spain winning their second match as well. Spain in the driving seat.
Yeah, Gerardo La, Nico Santos were all very important players for Spain that day.
15 gone here. Mexico well on top. Easy for Asif Khan. Drills it forward. That's a decent ball out. Well, maybe in the end, not that decent. Just bounced off this turf. Romario, or as it's called here in Brazil, Romario. Couldn't quite reach it in time.
You see there Samantha Rivers, as well as Escorpion Dorado, one of the Montiel brothers. They're here at the Trident Arena in São Paulo, Brazil. I really like this Indian team, made up of a selection of players mainly from Kerala in the Super League Kerala. But of course, at this stage, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, being taught a few things by the Mexicans so far this match, but it's not yet over. Never is over till that final ball gets smashed into the back of the net. This one is pumped on the far side, and well, it's a good run-up, and Mexico again make it look all so easy. From this angle of ours, even though we are slap bang right in the middle of this commentary position, it looked like he missed a target, but from that tight angle, they just stroke it into the net, and they are running away with this one with ease. Ball pinged over the top. India again very slow, maybe a heavy first touch. Oh dear, we talked about getting ahead of goals, and we've got one there, but it goes down as an own goal.
Yeah, it's going to go down as an own goal from that reverse drone angle, and the celebration from the Mexican players. It was tough to identify that it was a Mexican goal. Mexico really in the driver's seat. I mean, just the difference in the quality of these players. is huge, John. India with a very tough time in punching those counterattacks. Mexico are in the driver's seat, and I don't think they're playing at full throttle, if you know what I mean. They're just playing nice and easy, and they're still winning 5-1.
Saving their energy perhaps for the next fixture. But it is a one-sided match. We've got 5 goals for the Mexicans already, including 1 own goal. So everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for India. There's a long, long way to go here. There's always a chance that they could make more of a game of it with the cards right at kickoff of the second half as well. But we might be heading, as things stand, for double figures for the Mexicans if they choose to do so.
And just to recap for our viewers, the final 3 minutes of the second half are played under double goal privileges. So basically, if one of these teams score, the goal will count double, and the color of the ball changes. It goes from white to this slight orange.
Could be good news for India if they could punch a way through to put themselves back into this contest. On the other hand, as you just said, any goal scored by the Mexicans, and it might be in for a real drubbing tonight. Again, Mexico doing enough, but without having to go 100%, far too good for India. Perhaps one of the most one-sided contests we've seen so far in this tournament. And India will have to dig in to keep this scoreline down, to make it a little bit more respectable if they can. Break forward, get themselves on the score sheet.
Yeah, the Mexican goalkeeper Monterde is having himself just a dream of a game. He's sitting back, he's got 2 goals, and he's not taking any shots. I mean, that's the dream situation for any goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's been a while since he's had to get involved. Put out wide again. So dangerous when they just whip it in across the air. It was a miss hit in the end from Davies. Can Mexico settle? Can we just string the passes together? Give themselves just a little bit of hope. Try to keep the heads up as well. Otherwise they could be in for a real pounding here tonight. Just need to get hold of the ball. Oh, Kaká, of all people, here he is. Arriving at the stadium, and we're going to see him. You're going to see him up close and personal very soon. He's just making his way out to see the yellow shirts of Brazil in the training area.
Yeah, I certainly will be very fortunate, John, to see him up close and personal. Kaká, one of the best to ever play the game, 2007 Ballon d'Or winner.
Here come Mexico, World Cup winner as well, Kaká, former local hero with São Paulo. And India on the back foot here, is tipped away. Kaká, and a lot more fantastic news to come as well, so stay tuned with us. We're scheduled for kickoff for the Brazil-Qatar match in about 30 minutes, as this one is drilled in. No takers in a green shirt.
And alongside him, I think that's his son, because they really look alike.
Yeah, very similar, especially when Kaká was a lot younger with the hair as well. So this one is drilled low for Mexico. The Kaká, what a name. In not just in Brazil, of course, but world football. Still looking pretty fit, isn't he?
Yeah, Kaká from the famous São Paulo Youth Academy
at Cochia.
That wraps up the first half. Mexico just demolishing India. India are going to have to think of something if they want to rebound in the second half. And we know this, John, the dice roll could really influence that. If they want to come back in the second half, they're really going to have to capitalize on those first 3 minutes. In other words, score and not concede. But of course, that's very tough to do when you're facing a team that's a lot better than you.
We've seen so many sides do that. It is such a great thing to watch in this Kings universe right at the start of the kickoff, how matches can turn around. It is an opportunity for the Indians to have a go at Mexico, to make sure they're not blown away in this contest here.
Yeah, you see the head coach there, Sanush Raj Palanikal, passing out instructions to his players. This is a very steep mountain to climb for Team India, putting themselves in a tricky situation here if they lose this game. Right now, India are with 2 losses and a -6 goal difference, and of course the goal difference is always very important in settling those groups. First off, it's very important to finish at the top of your group.
Llegamos a área y llegar. No solo lleguéis cuando vais.
Saludos al escorpión dorado, estoy con la Rivers. ¿Cómo está Rivers?
Bien, bien, todo bien. ¿Cómo es el partido?
Muy chingón, 5-1. Mexicancingo ya está despierto y va con todo.
Esperemos que sí, esperemos no ganar este dado. Yo creo que va a salir bien. Yo creo que tenemos este partido.
¿Tu pronóstico para el dado?
Metemos 2 y ellos no meten ni. Bueno, meten 1.
Sí, yo digo que también si sale 2 contra 2. 2 contra 2, ya veremos qué tal cerramos. Esperemos hacer el doble de goles en este segundo tiempo.
Ojalá.
Así que
Dios
no se despeguen de este pinche partidazo.
A huevo.
Está chingón, güey, está chingón. Deberíamos de hacer esto más seguido, así de hacer mundiales.
Sí. No, 2 al año.
¿Tú ya calificaste al mundial? No, tampoco estás calificada al mundial de clubes.
Todavía no, pero ahí vamos.
Para el mundial de clubes estamos poniéndonos la pila, el peluche Caligari y Pío para calificar.
Y ojalá nos enfrentemos, papacito de tu madre.
Otra vez, güey, te gané la última vez.
Era el Pío antiguo, güey. Ya lo revolucionamos.
Y no has pagado tu apuesta después de que te gané el estadio.
Ay, ya me diste la playera, es cierto, güey.
No,
qué mal pedo, qué mal bebé.
1 año y medio haciéndote, güey.
Es cierto, güey, ya me diste la playera. Lo voy a hacer, no me acordaba. Lo voy a hacer.
Te doy chance, mira, ahí están nuestros jugadores. Están como regañados.
¿Qué crees que esté diciendo ahorita?
Bueno, el camello es el que está poniendo ahí orden. Está diciéndoles aquí, mira, métele por acá. Como que el camello y Jerry tienen ahí un par de amigos en la India, se parece a sus primos, güey.
Yo os iré avisando quién entra.
Te lo juro, güey. No, hombre. A huevo, güey. Hola, escorpión, jajajajaja.
Here's the dice roll. Luca Neta, the football influencer, will be in charge. And of course, the Wolf of Furia, the main team in Brazil right now, will be in charge of it as well.
Yeah, we met the Wolf. Popped into our cabin a few matches ago. Well, it's going to be 2 against 2 right from kickoff. But that favours Mexico more than India. Still a chance, though, for the side in sky blue to just punch a way through, to put themselves back into this game.
I love listening to the messages from Samantha Treviño, a.k.a. Rivers, and Alex Montiel, Escorpión Dorado, just to hear that Mexican Spanish. I lived on the border with Mexico 3 years. A huevo que padre.
Stand by then. That little noise in the background would tell you, but almost ready to get underway for the second half. Big start to the second half for India, who have to punch a way through. Otherwise, they risk being blown away by the side in green Mexico.
Órale, güey, el segundo tiempo.
Second half. Just in case you didn't quite get that one. Mexico in the green shirts, early whistle. Referee could not have been any closer. Mexico leading by 5 goals to 1. Sohan opened the scoring for Mexico. Or rather for India, and Mexico came back quickly and they stunned a chance here, and it's straight out the keeper on that occasion. Now this is an opportunity to break forward if they can. Can't quite thread it forward. Good turn. Chasing on goal here, takes his time and puts it wide. What a golden opportunity to put his team back inside this one. But Region maybe had more time than he thought. Could have taken perhaps a pace or 2 further forward, but blew his lines.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, John, capitalizing on those chances. India are not going to get a lot of them. They got that one. You can't miss it.
Easier said than done. Now, Mexico in front of goal, teasing the Indians here and there, and they do make it look all so easy. India had their chance at one end. Mexico showed them how to do it at the other. Laura on the score sheet.
Yeah, it was Genaro Castillo and Martin Lara on the play right there. Back and forth. Lara was just waiting for that right opportunity to tap it in. 6-1 for Mexico. 6-2.
again, isn't it? Sometimes we dwell on those replays and you've got to be so quick out there and so quick with the camera. Well, the outfield player and now goalkeeper Asif Khan gets himself on the score sheet again.
Yeah, his second goal of the competition. This is more like it. If you're India and you have these opportunities, you need to take advantage of it.
A little naivety, I suppose, from the Indians, especially when it comes to the marking and keeping on that occasion as well. It's just non-stop here. What India can do, Mexico can do just that little bit better. Martinez threw it in low. You've got to say perhaps keeping error on that occasion.
Yeah, Martinez gets his second goal of the competition, his first of the day. You know, John, I think this game has the potential to be the biggest blowout of the tournament thus far.
Yeah, and I'm running out of room here to keep an eye on the goal scorers. Yeah, I think it's double figure time, isn't it? That one rolls in as well. Just running away with it.
Good luck, my friend, keeping track of all these goals. That one scored by Carlos Camelo. I'll help you out. The first goal for him.
Yeah, we said this is the time for goals to go in. We said this is an opportunity perhaps for India. I think their moment has gone. And Mexico enjoying themselves here. The keeper lacking that experience as it just floats over his head into the back of the net. The goals keep coming and they are coming for India, and already they have put away 9.
Yeah, Camelo gets his brace. So far we got a brace from Monterde, a brace from Camelo, a brace from Alexis Silva, a goal from Lara, and a goal from Martinez. That's what I have written down here. Does that check in with you? And an own goal as well?
Own goal as well, but yeah, they're just rubbing it in a bit. Might make all the difference for Mexico. Keeper a long way out. And paid the price, and Mexico continue to pummel India. So that little chink of light, the Indians hoped they would get a kick-off. I'm afraid it's disappeared, and now it's a question of keeping this scoreline down. But we're going to see a side hit double figures for the first time.
Yeah, I believe Alex Montiel, the Scorpion Dorado, one of the presidents of Team Mexico, to take it, a chance to make it 10-2, keeping in mind he was not here for the opening game against Saudi Arabia.
And no cards so far, no penalties, but that is about to change. India humbled here against the Mexicans. Goal difference might just make all the difference in this campaign for the side in green, who are surely heading towards double figures. India with no answers, outclassed. I think this is the first really one-sided match we have seen. I saw the Italy-France game, but everything went well for the Italians, everything went wrong for France, but this one, India just struggled to get going at all. Keeper comes, makes the claim. A little bit of contact, referee does step in.
Keeping in mind, up until minute 36, the teams can use the president penalties and the secret cards. Make sure to get your tickets at kingsleague.pro. There he is, Alex Montiel, the Scorpion Dorado. He's one of the presidents of Peluche Caligari in the Kings and Queens League Mexico. And he's a good penalty taker. I've seen this guy take penalties before in the Kings Cup Mexico. He knows what he's doing.
The Golden Scorpion, I think that's the right translation. The Gold Scorpion, if you like. Can he deliver? Has he got that sting in his tail? Well, he has, just straight down the centre. Keeper committed himself Well, the goal penalty celebrations might need just that little bit of work, but it's all about just hammering it into the back of the net. And we get goal number 10, Mexico pummeling India.
Yeah, lovely finish there. Had the power straight down the center. He bet on the fact that the Indian goalkeeper would drift to his side. That's exactly what happened. And then we get a president penalty on the other end. I wonder who's going to take it. I believe it might be a shootout. Since Karimenati, the YouTuber, streamer, rapper, isn't available, it's going to be a shootout from one of the Indian players. Yep, that's how it works.
Shoot out, shoot out. Let's stop, right.
Well, he did the business. As Mexico hit double figures with ease. Still secret cards to come. Shootouts as well for India. We're trying to keep this goal haul down for Mexico if they can, but they found it very tough right from the very start. And we will, I think, get that shootout right now. Well, we've seen Kaká already. We've got other big names. One of them is called Neymar. There he is in white alongside Kaká. Neymar now back with Santos. To Brazil internationals. You cannot get bigger stars than Kaká and Neymar, and they are here right now with us because they're going to be watching and hoping that Brazil can do the business against Qatar, and that game is coming up very shortly. We've got bags to look forward to. Let's see what Sohan can do here. Scored the first goal of this contest tonight. Can he add to his total and India's total as well? Tries to drill it between the legs, can't do so. And it's one of those nights for India.
Yeah, it was read well by Antonio Monterde, getting low just in the nick of time to keep that ball from sliding underneath him. Mexico capitalize on the president penalty. India do not.
¿Sí viste que paró el shootout?
Sí, no mames, con las nalgas. Pero fue Monterde.
Oh, goal mouth action, drilled in low. Well, how many can they put away tonight? Again, it's so crucial for Mexico just to pile on the pressure. No holds barred against Indonesia. But everybody wants to get on the score sheet. Castillo on that occasion.
It took him some time, John, but Genaro Castillo finally on the score sheet, his first of the competition. What Mexico are doing right here is they are making sure they have goal difference. That's going to be crucial to settle this group. It's now +9 in this game, but since the defeat to Saudi Arabia, make that +8 for Team Mexico.
How crucial might these goals be? Remember to sync with the KWC nations. Keep up to date with the schedule. Do not miss any of the games, any of the information. There's loads to see on that site, of course. Packed with all the details of this tournament, packed with information about what you can get. Ticket information, it's all there, and merchandise as well. A lot of goals have gone in this tournament. Poland 5, Algeria 8, Spain 8, Peru 5. At the moment, 13 here. But it's one-sided, to say the very least.
Both teams with their secret cards. I mean, virtually impossible to see India coming back from this one. Here's the drone flying over, almost giving us enough time to look at ourselves there at booth number 7, guys. If you've managed to get a wide angle of the booth, just look for us at booth number 7.
No secret card has been played yet. Mexico total dominance this evening against India. Brazil, Qatar to come shortly with a load of big names. You thought about the shot. Everybody piling forward in green shirts. Always risky for India when Mexico work it down the flanks, ping it down the middle. More defending for the Indians to do. And from close range, somehow that one stays out. Asif Khan maybe turned his back for a fraction of a second, but did enough to get his body in the way. It's been a field day for Mexico. There's still more to come. Well, he tries to bring it down, fails to do so. Mexico have the ball. This is where Asif Khan feels a bit more comfortable with the ball at his feet, but India need to get it clear, and they do so. How much more punishment will Mexico inflict on India tonight? And here they come again. These green shirts have just moved forward, and there's the answer. It's just so one-sided. You've got to feel a bit sorry for the Indians, who are getting ripped apart here.
Yeah, the Mexicans are not even celebrating anymore. This goal from Tonatu, aka Tona, getting on the score sheet for the first time in the competition. Mexico with a 10-goal lead. We're closing in on minute 30, very close to match ball mode. Once we enter match ball mode, it's not going to take long for Mexico to settle this. And then after that, John, we know what we have in store for us. Just a Brazil versus Qatar with Neymar and Kaká here.
Mexico again. It's just a field day. Pepe on that occasion. Yeah, Mexico just waltzing through, hardly having to break sweat. Every time that ball gets knocked inside the area, Pepe on this occasion to drill it in. Maybe the Mexicans now feeling that perhaps they could reach 20 before we get to the match ball mode. They still need another goal, of course, at the end of this. We like to finish these games on a high, which is why you get that goal to win a game. Secret cards have been requested.
Ashkenazi scores his first of the game. Right now, only Dabakani, Sanchez, Junco, and Martinez, Diego Martinez, are the players who haven't scored yet for Mexico. So as you said, John, everyone will be looking to get on the score sheet. Let's see right now what these secret cards reserve for us. Shootouts for India.
Well, they had a chance from a shootout in kind of replacing the presidential penalty. They get another go here, just to make it, I was going to say just to make it just a little bit less embarrassing, but I think they need to score at least 10 for that to happen. So 5-second chase. Oh, interesting. Reverse penalty. Explain that one for us.
Yeah, with the reverse penalty, the Indians now, or rather Mexico, get to choose someone on the Indian team to take the penalty kick. If they score, everything stays the same. If they miss, it counts as a goal for Mexico. So Mexico could make it 14-2. I can't remember the last time within the Kings universe that I saw a scoreline as wide as this.
First, the shootout. Don't forget that Mexico have conceded an own goal. It's the first real header goal of the tournament. Everything has gone wrong for them. If officially just under 10 minutes to go. Now, Bushrath drills it just wide. It is not their night. 2 chances from shootouts, and they've blown their lines on both occasions. And now the reverse penalty, just perhaps to rub the salt into the wound. So to recap, if he scores, it remains India 2, Mexico 13. If it misses, Mexico get themselves a bonus goal, as if they needed a bonus, but they're heading slowly towards that 20 total. And they've got a long time, Anthony, as well, to get to 20.
Yeah, they certainly do. Let's get the reverse penalty right now. 7 to get to 20. It could be 6 after this. The effort before that was from Mushraf Mohamed's pixelated image there, but I believe I could pick out Neymar, who's playing professionally here in Brazil at Santos, his boyhood team, in case you guys watching us. There he is. There he is. Menino Ney alongside Cris Guedes, one of the presidents of Team Brazil as well.
Neymar with his own team. Furia, of course, one of the galactic stars connected with the King's universe. Everybody wants a hug, everyone wants a picture, everybody knows Neymar. And he's got a posse of security around him as well as he has a look, see what's going on.
Yeah, Neymar is one of the few players in history to win both the Libertadores and the Champions League, right? Won the Libertadores with Santos 2011, Champions League with Barça in 15.
But has he won anything from the King's universe? That is the big question. He's got that Furia side, of course.
Furia have.
It would have to crown a crowning glory. Let's see what India can do here. Need to put it away. Biswa. It is. It stopped. And the humiliation continues. Mexico get themselves a bonus goal with a reverse pen. You have to feel sorry for India here because it's just a pummeling.
Yeah, Moises Daba, the backup Mexican goalkeeper, gets his 5 seconds of fame. There we see Neymar on the right-hand side, always surrounded by a lot of people. Everyone wants to shake his hand, to give him a hug. Everyone wants to be next to Neymar. And he's alongside Cris Guedes. The reporter there is my good friend Luis Folha. I've done a few matches with him in English as well. He's a lovely guy, John.
Yeah, me too. Different kind of tournament. Luis Leaf, if you like. Here come Mexico again. Trying to edge to that 20 goal total. Rare touch for the keeper. He's had the evening off so far, apart from bagging a couple of goals early on. The rhythm around the Trident Arena just starting to pick up. The Qatar against Brazil is just hammered home again. That 20 goal total is edging ever closer. It's been a run out for the side in green this evening.
Make that 3 goals for this guy, Obed Martinez, in the competition. 15. Do not lose track for Team Mexico. What a way to rebound from the defeat to Saudi Arabia. Just to wrap up, John, in this triple tie, Mexico are beating Indonesia so far thanks to the goal difference, but they're still behind Saudi Arabia in the head-to-head match.
Yeah, and I think that's all of these goals we're seeing going in tonight is going to distort the leading scorer table as well. Everybody wants to play India right now, and Mexico have that moment of joy for them. And every time that ball goes inside the area, India feel just a little bit of a shudder. They cannot wait to get off this pitch. As we said, coming into this match, we knew that Mexico had the edge. We didn't quite predict that it would be a 15-goal haul so far. And there's still, relatively speaking, quite a way to go here.
You see Neymar there. Our camera constantly on him. He's alongside Cris Guedes. The other guy, Vitor Madureira, Dica do Gordinho. He's got almost 2 million followers on Instagram. Such a great guy from Rio, giving tips on how to do passes and shots in the game. I really recommend his content. It really is something else.
Maybe Mexico should have a word or two with him, I think.
Yeah, India should.
Oh, sorry, India as well. Or Mexico, yeah, well, any help will do. But it's been a run out. Practice match for Mexico this evening. India cannot break, cannot get going. They cannot wait for this test. I was going to call it a contest, but it isn't a contest. This celebrity match as far as Mexico are concerned to be over. So hard to keep their heads held high. If they can get something what they might do here, and they are thwarted in front of goal.
Yeah, it certainly is not the night for this guy right here, Soham Bhagawati. Despite scoring one of India's 2 goals, he was denied the shootout 1v1. You cannot miss that sort of chance, not at this level.
They're back to the drawing board for Mexico with only 34 minutes on the clock.
I mean, with all respect to India, but since they're such a weak side compared to Mexico, it's difficult to look at Mexico and see if they are really that strong, you know?
As they come again.
Just
and
as
once
I say
again,
that.
Pepe on that occasion, as you mentioned before as well, hardly a celebration. Goal number 16 for Mexico. But yeah, you're right. It is such a distortion in this contest, and it's hard to know exactly how good or bad Mexico are. But they can only play what's in front of them. And it's easy. So easy. Well, 35 on the clock.
Huge shout out to our friends at the Best Acai, bringing us acai right now. We're very happy, guys. Thank you so much.
A drubbing. The first real drubbing of this tournament. Maybe an historic scoreline as well. Still more damage. It's just trickery in front of the area. You pull the trigger. That is on this occasion. Can they get 20? Well, probably not if they can't do it the next 10 seconds. We've got the match ball, of course. You hear the noise in the background.
Match ball moment, John. It's coming up soon, and this part always reminds me, buddy, of Fortnite when you're just down to the final 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, stay calm, don't mess it up. That kind of moment with everybody watching. It's the same thing here, really. You know, one player can decide the whole match, as we have seen before.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, buddy. It's that mix of chaos and tense calm that's so good, both on the pitch and, of course, on the Fortnite island.
Yeah, chat. If you want to feel that later, you know what to do, but for now, eyes on this. Because it can end in any second, and it will end in any second when Mexico find a way through. But if you've not tried Fortnite, make sure you give it a go.
Huge shout out to our friends at Fortnite, as always.
How do you sum this one up? It's just been a rout as far as Mexico are concerned. Still need that 1 goal. We still want to go out with a bang, of course.
There we are. Booth number 7, waving towards the drone. You're going to see us right there. Of course, the drone is going in towards Neymar, but you're closing in on us as well.
Sort of closing in on us.
Booth number 7, this is the booth in charge of the English broadcast to everyone from wherever you're watching us around planet Earth. It's good to have you here with us.
Our 15 seconds of fame, perhaps?
A little bit more. I don't think as much, actually. I was going to say a little bit more, a little bit less.
But it's inevitably heading to number 22, our neighbours. Yeah, we met the Wolf earlier on. Where is the ball? You can hear the sound. The team's just a little slow to make a move. They need another goal, Mexico, just to go out with a bang. Well, how long before the inevitable? What a night for the Mexicans. What a night to forget for India.
Imagine if India come back, John.
You never know.
You never know.
You never ever know. But I'd probably put my bets against it. KWCN action. The most one-sided match by a long, long way. Remember, get your votes in for the MVP. No surprises, it's all for Mexico, but vote on the chat, vote with a name. Who will be signing the ball? Mexico, despite this massive goal haul, need to get one more. Sam will tell you. One fewer player is out there.
6, 5, 4.
Drifted over, he went for the spectacular.
Almost a golazo. That would have been the best goal out of the almost 20 that we've got if it went in, of course.
19, we're going to hit that. We assume shortly India may have different ideas. Again, get your votes in by player name. Votes in the chat. There's a lot to choose from if you're looking at the goal haul tonight. Can India just prolong this just that little bit longer? A reminder, if you need any, there's a lot coming up here tonight, a special evening. And our football scenario, India trying to dig in.
Let's go! Go on, go on!
Mexico get possession, keep up with a rare touch. We'll end this evening scoring 18 goals. What a haul. But who is going to get that magic number 18 for the green shirts? Can India at least try to pull one back? He's gone for it. Oh, that's unlucky. That is very, very unlucky. Smashes on to the upright. Neymar getting keyed up. We're getting keyed up for Qatar, Brazil. Get those votes in at the bottom. Tell us what you think about tonight's match so far. This monumental win for Mexico against India. Mexico wanting to go out in style. India just wanting to get away as soon as they can. Can't pull the trigger so far, the Mexicans. They get a chance on goal now. Always someone available in a green shirt, but who will do it? Good initial stop. And India, all of a sudden, have dug in. Hearing the rhythm in the background as we move slowly towards Qatar against Brazil. And India now looking for a late consolation, but can't get it. That sound will tell you. One player fewer out there. India denying Mexico at the moment.
Come on.
Mexico prodding and probing, trying to find a way through. Will this be the moment? No, it won't, because there's a challenge by India. Neymar, I just wonder what he's thinking about this so far, looking on tonight. Neymar, Kaká in the Trident Arena. This, I reckon, is probably the longest period that India have gone without conceding a goal. India, in a way, keeping everyone waiting. Mexico, seemingly no particular rush.
10, 9, 8,
told to get a move on. That countdown means they've got to have a crack on goal. It's got to be now or never. It is never, and India will break. Racing forwards. Well, a card, a rare card, dished out. Kings World Cup Nations 2026 action.
Es que no puede pasar de medio campo el
Well,
portero.
India managing to
Se emocionó de más.
thwart Mexico for around the last 5 minutes or so. Despite this massive scoreline, Mexico still need to find the back of the net once more, and they get a golden opportunity right now. First chance to see the Mexicans from a shootout position. 5 seconds to race forward and put it away. And at the moment, there's nobody in the India goal. A reminder, get your votes in via the chat. Use the names of the players. All Mexicans on this occasion. No surprises with the scoreline as it is at 17 to do.
Oh my gosh.
And a reserve of a reserve tonight. Quick touch of the hair. Neymar looking on with anticipation. It's a night for the stars. It's been a night of perfect bliss for Mexico. Whose night will it be when Brazil, the hosts, face Qatar very, very shortly? That is Junco poised. Will this be the crowning moment? He races forward, goes one way, then the other. He's denied. Well, suddenly India have decided that there's no way through, and this game goes on.
Vamos, carajo.
Now, no break on there for Mexico. Suddenly the goals have dried up after an impressive haul, and a rare chance on goal is stopped. Surely, just a matter of seconds, he says, for Mexico to find a way through. They've got to stay inside as well. Teasing the one-man Indian defence.
7, 6, 5,
and the hit now. Castillo finally puts India to the sword. A incredible win for the Mexicans, hammering India by 18 goals to 2. Oh, what a night for the side in green shirts. A nightmare, in fact, for India as the noise picks up, because I can tell you just off to the screens on the right-hand side, the Seleção, the Brazilian national side, has made their way out onto the pitch.
Ay, bueno.
Yeah, it was great. Basically, all well and good for Mexico. Man of the match, the MVP to be announced shortly. But the moment everybody, just about everyone's been waiting for Qatar, Brazil. No sign of Qatar, but the Brazilian side are out wanting to bounce back. This man here taking the MVP, couple of goals early on, just to set the show going for the Mexicans. Oh, somebody wants a photo. I'm 10 years old. My name is Felipe. I see Neymar in recent moments. No sign of Kaká. Oh, Mexico. What a night for them. Wonderful night for them. They could only play their opponents, and they did exactly what they're supposed to do. So fun and frolics for the Mexican side. Let's look back at a mountain of goals before the prelude to the Brazil, the hosts, against Qatar. Brazil needing to bounce back. And Brazil would love to score maybe even half the amount of goals that Mexico put away. 9 of the 13 players in green on the score sheet. Mexico humbling India in the most one-sided match of this contest. And now everybody getting warmed up for Qatar against Brazil. Can Qatar spring some kind of prize?
Olha, minha família, eu tô pronto para contar uma história para vocês, mas antes disso eu preciso ouvir uma coisa. Faz barulho, Trident Arena! Vocês sabem que no ano passado a gente fez história. Pela primeira vez nos unimos como uma família em uma seleção brasileira mundial da Kings League. Lá na Itália a gente garantiu o título. Feliz, animado, empolgado, mas ainda tinha uma dorzinha no coração. A gente não tinha a nossa casa. Agora a gente tem a nossa casa. Agora a Trident Arena é a casa dos campeões do mundo, do primeiro campeão do mundo. E agora o mundo todo está aqui para disputar mais um título. Mas a nossa história foi escrita. Lá criaram-se lendas, lá criaram-se comunidades, lá criou-se a seleção brasileira da Kings League. E agora a gente vai chamar ao nosso palco, a nossa arena, a nossa casa, os nossos presidentes. Atenção, presidas do Brasil, tá na hora de se juntar com a gente, viu? Por favor, todos os presidentes brasileiros, eu quero ver todos aqui na nossa Trident Arena. Eles estão chegando ali, eles estão comemorando, eles estão batendo papo, eles estão se abraçando e estão se preparando para se juntar com a gente aqui. É, família. Anthony, é aqui, Anthony, é aqui.
Right here.
É aqui.
Right here, right now.
Aqui, agora a gente tem uma casa para mostrar o nosso título e para brigar por mais um. E eu sei que você está com a gente hoje para fazer história mais uma vez com a seleção brasileira. Muitos dos nomes que estão aqui estiveram lá. Muitos dos nomes que estão aqui querem esse título mais uma vez. E agora, os nossos presidentes. Uma salva de palmas, Trident Arena, para os presidentes da seleção brasileira!
Presidents making their way out. It's Murillo, you can hear in Portuguese. Anthony's alongside him. He'll give you the English version shortly. I'll do a little bit of translation.
Nossos presidentes todos posicionados. Sabor brasileiro, cara. Sabor brasileiro. Olha, olha, já começou o Toguro. Já começou o Toguro.
What a very special night.
Cara, eu tive que parar pra ver essa cena porque ele quer mostrar o sabor brasileiro. Eu vou falar uma coisa, eu fiquei impressionado. Bom, vamos começar aqui, vamos trocar uma ideia com os nossos presidas aqui. Gal, deixa eu perguntar. Você achou que a campanha brasileira na Itália seria daquela forma?
Achei. Cara, a gente foi lá pra vencer, vencemos, graças a Deus. Teve momentos difíceis, mas fiquei feliz.
E a confiança é a mesma hoje?
Oi?
A confiança é a mesma hoje?
Tem que ser, pô. O Brasil é Brasil, a gente veio pro bi, pô. Se não tiver confiança, acabou, pô. Aí não é presidente do Brasil, pô.
Agora deixa eu conversar, cadê meu stag? Achei que não tinha descido, tá escondido. Estou conversando com os 3 presidentes que tiveram lá em Milão, né? E eu quero saber, que experiência o Stag traz de Milão?
Cara, a gente competiu, a gente foi vencedor, a gente tem que aproveitar as coisas boas que a gente viveu lá e trazer um aprendizado, confiar no potencial de cada um. Teve uma derrota no meio do caminho, a galera não tá acostumada a perder, então acho que é isso, agora é bola pra frente, focar no trabalho e tem que ganhar os próximos jogos aí.
É isso, agora o último deles que estava em Milão, Chris Guedes. Quero saber de você, como é que tá o coração e o foco para hoje depois de tudo que a gente passou?
Ah, hoje concentração total, a gente chegou lá no vestiário, levei o Neymar lá, né? O Neymar deu uma cobrada nos caras, falou, se tiver que meter 15, 20, tem que meter, porque a galera tem que respeitar a nossa casa e tem que ser desse jeito, né? Foi como em Milão, chegamos com o pé na porta e aqui tem que ser desse jeito também.
Milan.
Those are some great questions, Murilo. I want to throw some English into the mix for all of our viewers watching us across planet Earth. But on behalf of Kings League, what I want to say really is congratulations. Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to Team Brazil. Only you guys know the hard work, the sacrifices, everything you had to do to get to where you are today. And that is why right here, right now, before the entire world, before you guys as well, I want to introduce you to this banner right here. Look at that icon right there. It's a symbol of Kings League Brazil. It's a huge, huge moment. Look at this beauty. Look at it. Round of applause. Salva de palmas.
O bandeirão é nosso, Brasil!
Let that be a symbol. Every time you play here at the Trident Arena, you look at that and you know what you have achieved, what you're going to achieve. Let it be an inspiration.
É isso que ele falou, família. Os brasileiros têm que sentir a inspiração, olhar todas as vezes para esse bandeirão e entender que nós somos os atuais campeões e nós vamos na busca de mais um título.
My friend, I also want to talk about right now the final that is going to happen January 17th because, my friend, we are going to have a surprise game that everyone wants, but no one expected.
Calma aí, jogo surpresa.
Jogo surpresa.
Vai ter jogo surpresa na abertura, você que está acompanhando a gente. Teremos o time Casé TV contra o time Kings League. Diversas personalidades no nosso time Kings League enfrentando o time da Casé TV logo na abertura. Prepara o seu coração, viu?
And we're not only going to have Casemiro, and we're not only going to have Ronaldo, who won, of course, the World Cup with this guy right here. We're going to have legends, players, captains, streamers, content creators, some of the biggest names that are connected to the Kings universe. It really is going to be something incredible. January 17th at the Allianz Parque. Murilo, tem mais uma surpresa. I got one more surprise for you, buddy.
Calma aí. Tem mais uma. Solta a braba.
Have you guys heard the song La Vem Golaço? You guys have heard it, right? Vocês escutaram. It's the anthem of the Kings World Cup of Nations. We are going to have a special performance from 3 heavy hitters of the Brazilian music industry. DJ Japenica, MC PH, and MC Marques are going to be right there at the Allianz Parque, January 17th. I am pumped, my friend.
Então já se prepare e garanta o seu ingresso para essa festa maravilhosa. kingsleague.pro. Eu espero vocês na grande final com todas essas surpresas. E agora eu vou pedir, vamos todo mundo levantar e saudar nossa torcida brasileira, porque tá na hora de começar o jogo do Brasil. Solta a vinheta!
Everybody!
What a fabulous performance from our hosts.
Olho no lance, tá bem golaço. Bola na trave, não define campeonato. Fiquei mais forte, o jogo não ficou mais fácil.
É só uma chance, eu quero o meu espaço.
Tranquilo, me encargo de dejar a mi equipo en lo alto. Se siento fuera en la tribuna completa y me pongo la y el sudor la camiseta. Salimos y puro choco bonito, arriba en el marcador esa era la meta.
Aquí si yo gano, todos coronamos. No fue un día pa' otro, nada regalado. Yo soñé con esto sin falta en el mercado. Y si mi equipo gana, todos coronamos. Dime.
Qatar against Brazil. The moment we've all been waiting for here. What a build-up as well. on that field with so many absolutely huge names. There's so much to look forward to, especially on the 17th at the Allianz Parque. A lot of entertainment, a lot of games to come before we're going to get the national anthems right now. Get ready for the Brazil national anthem. Brazil, the full house here. The Brazilians in exceptional voice. Can their side follow suit here? Qatar against Brazil. The highlight of the day. Terrific stuff from Anthony and Murillo and the other kind of people who were there. Kaká, Neymar, some other bodies around.
Kaká, I don't know who that is. Never heard of him.
What a night of football in store. Brazil needing to bounce back from defeat against Spain. Qatar, who impressed us in their match against Peru. That is the situation for this one. Anthony, it's a terrific atmosphere. We've got a wonderful crowd here in this fabulous arena. We've got some massive names. The occasion's there. Can it get to the Brazilians sometimes? That's that emotion that we saw from the national anthem result. Does it get to the players? Do they kind of lose that? They need the adrenaline, but sometimes it's a bit too much, isn't it?
My friend, you know the answer to that question because you've already seen it happen once before in this competition. It got the better of them against Spain. Brazil were not good enough against Spain. They deservedly lost that game. They'll be looking for the rebound win here. Brazil are heavy favorites against Qatar. So what we expect from Brazil is what Mexico did against India. We expect Brazil to absolutely hammer Qatar. Are they going to be able to do it?
Let's take a look at the lineups then. Starting with Qatar in their kind of a mauve-purple kit. Diop in goal, with two keepers in that. Then Sharif. There's a lot of talent out there. It might cause problems for Brazil. We are going to find out as we take a look at the Brazilian side in just a second. And Brazil with the names. For me, the best player, I think the best player by a long, long way is Brazil's number 9, Kelvin Oliveira. Brazil need the support around him. They need the other players to come in as well to take that extra little bit of burden off their number 9, who is absolutely fabulous. Brazil have got all the ingredients. Can they deliver? They should deliver, but
will it happen? Right, John? I mean, talk about Kelvin Oliveira. This guy scored a hat-trick in the last game. 22 goals in the past 2 nations. We can talk about Lipão, who won the Golden Crown last year. Andreas is excellent. Luan Mestre. I could go on and on about these players. Are they going to turn up? That's what we're going to see over the next at least 36 minutes of playing time.
Yeah, secret cards have been dished out. If you have just tuned in for the first time ever to see Brazil in action here, we'll take you through the rules and the regulations. You've got little bits of notes in the bottom right-hand corner explaining things such as secret card. We've got president penalties. We've got a dice which gets thrown in. We've got different times when different things happens.
The audience has decided the 1 versus 1. Qatar, number 98, Jorge Monegal. Brazil, number 9, Kelvin Oliveira.
All by votes, the players have been chosen, and we've got the countdown. We hope you are enjoying our coverage of this fabulous tournament. Ball to be dropped from the ceiling. Both sets of players on the respective touchlines. It's a dash for cash. 1 outfield player against 1 outfield player, 2 goalkeepers as well. Every minute we get an additional player. Important to get an early lead as the players race forward. Brazil in their traditional yellow shirts, blue shorts. It's going to be an early free kick. It's not going to dish out cards. Could have done the referee had he been braver perhaps. Clear hit into the body. Kelvin Oliveira, no malice of course intended, but the boot was just that little bit high.
Yeah, Jorge Monegal, this is a player to look out for as well. He scored in the previous game. Ouch, don't give me the replay there. Look at that contact. Ooh, would not want to be in his situation.
Yeah, well, it's made of stun stuff, and Monegal has recovered. Check, waiting for some support from his outfield man. There was the ball, but it's well spotted, and Brazil are pumped up again. It's great to see, but can they overdo it when it comes to the adrenaline? Might it affect the Brazilians? Did score first against Spain, and now Kelvin Oliveira is tripped, keeps his foot in and rolls the ball into the back of the net. And Brazil punish Qatar with less than a minute on the clock.
Yeah, once Monegal lost that ball to Kelvin Oliveira, it was good night. Brazil have 4 in the tournament. All 4 belong to 1 player. How good is this guy? He's not going to miss a chance like that.
Oh, he's exceptional. An exceptional player. Qatar now. This is their main man. Fires off the first shot. Shaqiri. And Qatar bounce back immediately to silence the Brazilians.
Yeah, Abu Pala is celebrating, isn't he? A mistake there from Kelvin Oliveira. You would not expect that sort of player to make this sort of mistake. Let's see how Brazil respond.
Zaú na direita, como ele gosta de jogar na loud. Vamos, Zaú, faz o seu pra você ganhar confiança também.
Tallied, and then he got it all wrong and tried to feign contact, which wasn't there.
Bora, Zaú, lambe.
That's the opening goal, but Brazil have moved forward. Got another shot off. Famous yellow shirts, perhaps the most famous jersey in football. Played out wide, keepers committed. Chance here for Brazil, it's the goal line clearance. Shaqiri doing his job up front and in defence. Well, Brazil off to a flyer again, Anthony. They scored first. against the Spaniards. And they ended up with egg on the faces.
Brazil have to take Qatar seriously. This side can pack a punch. We saw that against Peru, and we saw how Peru gave Spain a tough time. So do not expect an easy match for the Brazilians.
They need to move that ball just that little bit quicker. You can hear the countdown from the referees. That countdown means you have to release at least a shot on goal. As you saw on the Japan match yesterday, that it's actually led to a goal because the player in possession was forced to take the shot. Every minute, as you can hear now, the countdown, there's another player out there which will benefit the Brazilians. Caught in possession now, Qatar racing forward, chance for them, and it rolls into the net, and Qatar are in front. They stun the Brazilians again. This is not going to be any kind of pushover. Brazil trail. Is this a repeated nightmare for Brazil? It started out like this against Spain, taking the lead, and then Spain turned it around on the mistake there from Isaú. Qatar go from coast to coast, and they turn it around at the Trident Arena. They'll attack with the attack. Well, we've seen mistakes punished very quickly. It's a brutal game. Brazil trying to get it back in front, and everybody now getting out to challenge both sets of players. We talked about Brazil. We have to, of course. The Qatar are up for this one as well. Want to make an impression. They beat Peru. If they could put one over the hosts, that would be something special. But there's a long, long way to go. 4 minutes on the clock. 6v6 at the moment. 3 goals, 2 of them for Qatar. What a night. We've had a terrific night, Anthony. I know you're slightly... The adrenaline has got to you with that magnificent performance before kickoff. You and Murillo showing us all how it's done. Amongst the stars, got a few photos, I noticed that as well.
Yes, I got a couple selfies there with Kaká, something I never thought I'd get in my lifetime.
He never thought he'd get a photo with you.
You're too kind, my friend. Yeah, I'm shaking. The adrenaline is certainly rushing, and I'm glad you're with me, beside me, buddy, to be able to take control of this broadcast, because I don't know if I would be able to call this game, really.
To metaphorically hold your hand in cabin number 7.
Number 7, yes. We saw ourselves a few moments ago as the drone flew by. The drone was going for Neymar, but we were like waving, hey, we're up here.
And Neymar looking on, sees the yellow shirts trailing, but there's so much time to go. 5 minutes on the clock. This is interesting. We're getting a noise which tells us something is about to happen here very, very early on. Brazil trying to find a way through. It's a secret card. Whipped in. Qatar are having none of that. Check with an easy stop. Secret card time, Anthony. Explain that one.
Thank you, Salva. Yeah, secret card can be used between minute 5 and 17 in the first half. I wasn't expecting this, John. Right off the get-go, we got 2 secret cards that are going to be used, 1 on each side. Keeping in mind the presidential penalty for Brazil is Kaká.
Brazil, as expected, will see plenty of possession. But Qatar are stubborn. Digging in on that far side. They're letting no way through. Clearly there, big man. Let's take a look at the cards. Wasn't quite sure who went for the first card.
Star player.
I've got a feeling that's Brazil, and I've got a feeling who it is.
It's a star player for Qatar.
Qatar, in fact. Well, I think I know who that one is.
Yeah, I would bet on Youssef Chakiri, but we saw this yesterday. We thought Morocco were going to get Walid Jadi. Turned out to be the other guy, so you never know what these coaches are thinking.
Brazil.
Joker. So they're going to select the penalty, of course.
Secret card.
Secret cards have come out early in this contest.
Robaron la carta,
Qatar leading by 2 goals to 1. Well, that's interesting. That's a great decision. Yeah, explain it for us.
Yeah, so with a Joker, you can either select any of the other cards, or you can steal the opponent's card. So they chose to steal the star player and have Kelvin Oliveira be the star player. I'm not quite sure whether I would do that. Well, they're betting on Kelvin Oliveira to score.
Yep, it is.
And it would be a double goal. Then again, a penalty would be just one. So I see the logic in this strategy.
Yeah, because if you're going to bet on a player to score, it is Brazil's number 9. He's done it already at his side of training. Brazil starting from a deep position. We'll see a lot of the ball. Trying to find a way through. Dedo it was, who's kind of the linchpin now at the back. It's decent enough against Spain. Couldn't prevent his side, though, from losing that one and losing it convincingly. This is drilled in, and this brave keeping may have been caught. Well, he's rolling around in apparent agony. Check says it was caught, so referee will step in. Now this is a big moment here on how the officials decide the contact and how it was made. I think it was Oliveira who was the closest player in. Let's see it again. Got every right to go for the ball. Contact comes there. Painful, of course, on the hand. Again, nothing too dangerous. He's got a right to go for that ball.
Yeah, unintentional from Kelvin Oliveira. One thing I'm going to have to point out, John, is Brazil are going to have their work cut out for them because this goalkeeper, Mama Sheikh Diop, he is good. We saw just how good he is in the match against Peru. And what are Brazil thinking here? A lot of tense faces out there.
Noise coming from this bumper crowd, which filled up very early today, including your mum and dad.
Yeah, my mom and dad are in there somewhere. But I believe they're on the other side. Yeah, one of the big influencers, Nivi Stefan. There she is as well. Some of the big names in the Brazilian internet world here at the Trident Arena. And among them, John Cottrell, ladies and gentlemen, in charge of play-by-play for this game. I'll tell you one thing, I'm a fan of the guy.
Well, that's reassuring to hear. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, Sheikh is still down the far side. He's clutching his left shoulder. The contact was on the hand, and then Oliveira came in, tried to win that ball back. As it stands, Qatar leading here. Scoring first for Brazil. Sheikh is back on his feet. Monegal with a quick equaliser for Qatar. El Attack. What a great name for a forward player. For the second goal. Keeper then seemingly none the worse for wear. Have Brazil got the work cut out? Surely, Anthony, not a second defeat for the Brazilians. There's so much time to come, of course.
Oh yeah, there's more than enough time to try and turn this match around. Brazil are also going to have to keep an eye out for that guy right there. Youssef Chakiri, he scored the hat-trick in the last game. He was the MVP. We talked about him time and time again. He's very agile down the wings, very fast. He used to be the best left back in the Moroccan League with the Raja Casablanca back in 2018-2019. And just a fun fact here to sound smart.
This one is wellied in, but again, the keeper comfortable. We're talking seriously, the best left back. He's playing in a right back position right now, so he can cut in on his left.
And Brazilians will remember Raja Casablanca as the team that eliminated Atlético Mineiro, who had Ronaldinho from the FIFA Club World Cup in 2013, my friends.
Ronaldinho Gaúcho, Atlético Mineiro winning the...
won the World Cup alongside the guy who was just next to me.
Yeah, I can't remember Ronaldinho in that competition back in 2002. Did something against England, maybe. So it's a long time
You'll
ago.
remember that, right, my friend? You always talk about the semifinal in 2014 for me. I think it's time I I start having some revenge, buddy.
That game in the very early hours of Brazil, was it 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that, as England took the lead. And unfortunately, couldn't hang on. Brazil trying to find a way through here against Qatar. Getting plenty of possession. This is a chance here for Oliveira as ever! Oh, the power behind the shot. But he couldn't get his body over it. He couldn't wrap his foot around it. Still the only Brazilian on the score sheet so far. Anthony, 8.5, almost 9 minutes on the clock. 2-1 to Qatar at this stage of the game. Does that surprise you?
It does surprise me, my friend, and I think it surprises everyone here at the Trident Arena. It's even surprising Abed Abu Falla, the president of Team Qatar. And we're closing in on the halfway mark, and Brazil are having a tough time trying to punch through. The pace of the game is kind of swiveling.
Yeah, Brazil are given so much possession. Very similar to what we saw against Spain to some extent. Oh, this is a wonderful little bit of dribbling skills, but it comes to nothing. They are engrossed in something. He should be focused on our match, of course. I'm sure he is. Ball played over the top now. Our keeper had to come out very quickly. 9.5 minutes on the clock. Dedo to come forward, a kind of David Luiz look-alike. And on the far side, again, it had to be Oliveira. They pick him out. They pick him out. They've got to feed their number 9 because the Brazilians know he is the way to goal. But it's a couple of chances now he's blazed into the netting behind each goal.
Yeah, he usually is the way to go, especially now that he's a star player. Great ball in from Lelechi, trying to pick him out on that far post. He did. The finish had to be better.
Again, I think the quality of the keeping as well closed down the space. Sheikh Diop came off his line. Such a brave keeper, as you said. Such a top quality shot stopper.
Yeah, once again we see perhaps the nerves getting a little bit better of Brazil once again. Not that Brazil with flick and flair that we're accustomed to.
Yeah, Luan Maestri, the master, if you want to call him, I suppose, really firing off far too early on that occasion for the Brazilians. That's given away. Now, mistakes have been punished so far. Will it be punished again? Not on this occasion. Jeffinho, little Jeff, firing high and wide.
Almost 11
minutes gone here in a packed Trident Arena in the mega city of São Paulo. The star attraction, perhaps of the week. Well, that is a little bit silly. Too much time. Qatar, if they are to come through, can't afford to make these kind of mistakes. Just said moments ago that how mistakes get punished. Brazil again with options, digging in very deep. And we said the number 99, Jackie will weigh in with more than his fair share of defensive work. That linchpin from Brazil. Brazil work it from side to side. Good cover work. Qatar, no mugs here. Qatar digging in, making life hard for the seleção.
One thing that we really are accustomed to seeing from Brazil that we're not seeing now is those quick plays, those quick passes, quick feet down the center. And what Brazil are doing, they're just advancing down the wing and driving that ball in. They're going to have to do more than that if they were going to want to punch through that Qatari defense.
Well, this is going to be very interesting here. A referee, the arm outstretched. Take a look at our shot. Everything there you could possibly want now. This here is a massive, massive moment. Let's wait for the replay on this one. The Brazilians shaking the fingers, shaking the hands. At least trying to say it's outside the area. Pleading with our match official.
Yeah, we see the point of view there from referee Daniel Chavez, who's from Mexico. The VAR ref is Salva Lozano from Spain. I think this might be a penalty kick.
Yep, just inside as well on the line. For my money, stood on the foot of the man who has given Qatar the lead in attack. I thought I saw Manigal pick the ball up.
You're going to like this, John. Luan Maestri attacking his studs into El Attack. How about that, huh?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Could be better. I'm working on it.
Absolutely.
Until the final, I'll be in tip-top joking form, buddy.
Kaká weighing in with his opinion. We couldn't quite pick up what he was saying. This man's been on the score sheet already. Cool in front of goal.
Señores, todos afuera, todos afuera, tengan cuidado. Fuera, 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 fuera.
Hearing that Victor Hockey, Palmeiras player, has just arrived. This is another big moment here. Monegal facing the supporters and just drills it home. Qatar leading Brazil by 3-1.
Sorry to interrupt you there, John. We got the wolf here from Booty Eyes in our booth.
Well, stony-faced Kaká. This is not going as planned for the Brazilians, but there's so much time and that noise in the background. It's going to tell you something. Drilled in with a palm. That is how to hit a penalty in a pressure situation. President penalty has been announced.
Yeah, it's going to be a president penalty on the Qatari side with Abu Falla.
Yeah, and he needs, because this is massive. This is absolutely massive. He needs to keep his cool. We saw in the last time he took his penalty, when he was out there, moving the arms, focus on this, because the pressure is absolutely massive on the Qatar president.
Yeah, so far, Jorge Monegal, the standout player of the game. He's got 3 goals in the competition. Of the 3 goals today, scored 2. I don't think even the most pessimistic of Brazilian supporters would imagine a scoreline like this 13 minutes in, and they could make it 4-1. Keeping in mind Abu Falla missed the presidential penalty in the last game. This guy has never scored in the Kings League from the spot.
Yeah, because it kind of wasn't, for me, you know, this is huge, this moment right now. It's absolutely huge. And Brazil have a lot of time. The 3-1 scoreline maybe in a normal game of football. You might think, okay, a side's in trouble. This is not normal. This is something very, very special. Extraordinary things happen in the Kings World Cup nations. And if anyone can be extraordinary, it is the side in yellow. It's a long, long way to go. But it's a big moment, isn't it? Anthony Mose is looking a little bit worried. Now, this man's got to focus. None of this stuff. Focus.
Yeah, I agree with you there. There's Abu Falla. This guy raised over $100 million for refugees in the Kings League MENA. He's the president of Abu FC, a team known for its humor and chaos and high fan engagement, and you can really kind of sense that energy coming from this guy. The mascot's getting involved as well. Oh, look at that. That wolf is quick. He was here a moment ago.
I think he must have jumped off our station. He was in our commentary booth again. Came in earlier on. Again, that handshake for me. Okay, sportsmanship, fair enough. I wouldn't be shaking anyone's hands if I was taking the penalty. If I were the keeper, I'd be psyching the other guy out, or girl out, of
because
course.
You're the real deal, John. You're concentrated.
Well, you know, I'm kind of competitive.
Look at Kaká. He's not looking very happy about this situation, is he?
Okay, it's Beckham. Or is it Ronaldo? Now do the business. Can he? That's the question. Well, he can! He can! He finally gets it! And Qatar are taking a monumental lead against the Seleção. Well, he had all the tricks, he had all the moves beforehand, and he finally came up with the goods. And Qatar are leading Brazil by 4-1. This was never on the cards.
This is absolutely disastrous for Brazil. Qatar make it 4-1. They got a 3-goal lead. Abu Falla, who has never scored a presidential penalty in the Kings League. He does it against Brazil in Brazil. What a moment for this guy. He's never going to forget it.
What a time to score your first penalty. Brazil trailing here by 4-1. The crowd here trying to get behind the Seleção. There's so much time to go, but Brazil are finding life very hard. They scored first again. They find themselves trailing.
We got a president penalty for Brazil.
We hope you are enjoying our coverage of this absolutely fabulous, this tournament which throws up surprise after surprise and brings you some of the biggest names in football history. Here's Kaká. preparing his boots for what has suddenly become a huge penalty.
Let me build up this moment for you, John, for the viewers across the globe. I was right next to this guy just a few moments ago. His energy is something else. Such a nice guy. Kaká played at 3 World Cups. 2002 he won it. 2006 in Germany he wore the number 8 jersey. Scored in the opening game against Croatia. 2010 in South Africa he wore the famous number 10 jersey for Brazil. 2007 FIFA Ballon d'Or winner, AC Milan legend, played at Real Madrid alongside players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, from the famous São Paulo Time Academy. 93 games, 29 goals for the Brazilian national team. This could be the guy to give a lifeline for the Brazilians and to get them back into this game. This is something we don't see every day. Kaká taking a presidential penalty at the Trident Arena. Indulge. Appreciate this moment, everyone.
Lifeline, you said, was a little bit of a hush around the stadium. The build-up has been absolute tremendous now. Kaká, well, it took some time. The keeper committed. Kaká has done the business as expected, and he is absolutely swamped.
There was never any doubt, was there, John? If I'm the Qatari goalkeeper, I'm just getting off my line. There's no way Kaká is going to miss that. Calm, cool, collected, right foot on the ball. The goalkeeper just drifts to one side. He gets Brazil back into the game. He converts the penalty spot, and look at the ensuing celebration, pointing to the sky. That's his traditional celebration. He's going to sign jerseys, of course. Everyone wants to get a piece of this guy. He belongs to Jesus. That's what the message on the t-shirt says.
Well, people went down very, very early and cool, calm and collected, and it's now 4 goals to 2. You were talking about how monumental this penalty was for Kaká and Brazil. 13 and a half minutes on the clock. Well, the superstar has done the business. Can that inspire those players in the famous yellow jersey? Change of formation slightly for the Brazilian side. It's got Wembley, who is now as the kind of linchpin, and someone driven in. And that's more like it from Sheikh, perhaps, who's a little bit at fault with that penalty from Kaká. Diving down now. Opportunity here. Qatar are not done. It's all about the speed of thought as well as the physical speed on the pitch. And Qatar has certainly matched Brazil in that department. Wembley gets it out wide. Brazil effective at using the flanks and tries to cut inside Luan Maestri, but into the netting, the wrong netting. Let's see the penalty again. It's gone down prematurely, way too early, even before Kaká had reached the ball.
Yeah, he's got the time, he's got the pace. He's done this a million times before, scored a lot of important penalties over the course of his career. There's no way he's going to miss it here. We talked about Adil Rami missing, World Cup champ, but Kaká, I think, is on a different shelf.
With respect to Sheikh, he made it a little bit easy for the World Cup winner, but Brazil don't mind as that one sails just over the bar. So just starting to knock on the door. Suddenly revitalised even after that penalty from Kaká.
Yeah, it was number 8, Well Andrade, who blasted it over. Let's have a look at the replay here. One thing that I think you'd agree with me on this, John, is that Brazil are not getting a lot of chances. And once they get a chance, they have to capitalize.
Again, it goes back to that over-reliance on one particular player. And there's a load of talent, there's bags of ability and skill out there in the yellow shirt. But so far in this tournament, when it's come to goals, it's Oliveira who is the main man. And without him, Brazil can struggle.
One thing that we can say, John, is just looking at the game, what a first half thus far. 6 goals, secret cards, Kaká taking a president penalty. I mean, it really doesn't get any better than this.
Oh, it's fabulous. It is entertainment, 100% the header of target. And we've got the contrast as well between our first match, which was just really over within 2 or 3 minutes. The game we saw earlier, Mexico just running riot against India. Well, this game, very different, a real contest. Brazil know right now that they are in a battle. Qatar waiting to pick the Brazilians off, just waiting for the moment, sort of closing in on that 17-minute mark. Mistake from the yellow shirts.
One information that's important to our viewers, especially if we have some here in Brazil, I'm getting word from the production team that Vitor Roque is in the house. The Palmeiras striker.
Yeah, former Real Madrid man, brief spell with him. Started life at Atletico Paranaense, terrific player, expensive player. 17 minutes on the clock. It's going to be a change of ball, and when these two sides come out, we've got 3 minutes where goals are worth double.
And this is something Brazil could capitalize on. 4-2, if you score the double goal and Brazil are pressuring, they've had chances. We're back to 4-4, or not back to 4-4, we're back to a level game. We're at 4-4, and then Brazil, of course, could try and turn it around in the second half. But I really have to praise the work that's being done defensively from Qatar.
Yeah, they've dug in big time. 2 goals is up for grabs if you can find the back of the net. I think Qatar as well, tactically, knew what was coming. They knew Brazil would have a lot of possession. Now, this is interesting. We just saw briefly the Brazil bench as we look at Neymar, one of what he's thinking. We did see some confusion in the game against Spain, where just about every single yellow shirt was having an opinion, not letting the coach really get to grips with the match. Brazil need to get themselves organised. They need somebody to lay down the law and organise this side in yellow.
You know, I'm kind of jealous of Kaká right now. I know I have my acai, but I wouldn't mind a hot dog.
Brazil on their yellow shirts, trailing here. Worth a pot shot, of course. And now we're back to the fact that any scorer, if they find the back of the net, the goal worth its weight in gold. Tends to be a bit cagey as well at this kind of area of the match. It's an opportunity, but nobody wants to overkick. Nobody wants to make mistakes. Great footwork. That wasn't. That summed up Brazil, maybe, to some extent.
Yeah, certainly the first half thus far. One thing I want to point out, John.
Here come Qatar. Rare movement forward. So how well it was who made that movement, got away from his markers. This one is going to stay in play.
Qatar, I think by far the best debut nation, making their debut on this very stage. Beat Peru, beating Brazil in Brazil. I mean, congratulations to these guys.
Mistake from Moreno, and they come away with it now. Brazil are stretched. Kakiri, it is. He's going to go alone. He's going to pull the trigger! What a wonderful strike! Took it out from defence and wedded that one into the back of the net. And Qatar are stunning the Brazilians.
You know what was the crucial moment of this play, John? Hopefully we're going to get the replay in just a few seconds right now. It was the fact that he pointed right there. He pointed a few seconds before for Monegal to make the overlapping one, and that completely just broke the Brazilian defense. And that left foot, so good in the Moroccan league as left back, and it's sensational at the nations in Brazil as well.
And the keeper got a fingertip to it, but just look at that scoreline. This is how this system is set up here. Qatar leading by 6 goals to 2. Brazil needs something. They need it quickly. We're counting down towards half-time. Brazil are rocked here. Qatar stunning everybody. Brazil again need something. They're no long way out. At the keeper, there's the rebound. Brazil want the penalty. This claiming a card against him. Big moment for our referees. I thought there was nothing in it initially. I want to see the replay. And nothing at all, which is, I think, the right decision now. Brazil, can they get something? Appeals for a handball. The crowd want it. Brazil wanted it. They need to pull the ball into the net, get that double scoreline. The Qatar are saying no way through. They're digging in. What a scoreline here, what a match here. Brazil right now, as it stands, facing defeat for the second time in a row. The current champions are rocking here. Qatar, you've got to say, Anthony, they deserve to be in front. Big calls coming up.
Yeah, Youssef Chakiri going up to 4 goals now. I will tell you one thing. Yeah, he's blowing a kiss to Neymar there. This is an absolute dream of a first half for Qatar. They're never going to forget this first half here at the Trident Arena, but it is an absolute nightmare for the Brazilians. They might get a lifeline here, keeping in mind the VAR official is Salva Lozano. We see him in the middle right there. He's in the...
maybe that's a pen.
From Spain in the control room. It might be a handball there from Jorge Monegal.
Yeah.
His arm a little too far from his body, so it might be given.
It's inconclusive, isn't it? I mean, the arm was loose, the right arm. Do you really get a crystal clear cut? Again, I think for me, the more... Oh, I think he pulled it out of the way. I think that angle there...
Cheeky backheel touch though from Lipão.
Yeah.
That's the kind of creativity that Brazil need if they want to get back into this game.
I don't think he touched him. I think it was a little bit of daylight. And for my money as well, the more times you see it, it's guesswork in the end.
Especially since the image is all fuzzy, right?
Yeah.
It's tough to get really a clear picture. Abu Fala is saying no.
It's inconclusive.
Yep, no PK from the looks of it. He's going to the big screen.
Which, as we know by experience, it tends to overturn the decision on the pitch.
Basically, just to inform our viewers, Salva Lozano, who's the VAR ref from Spain, he's in the control room. He told Daniel Chavez, who's the ref from Mexico, saying, listen, buddy, you need to go to the big screen. You need to see this a little bit closer. Ooh, that looks like a PK for me. That angle is a little revealing.
Well, the Brazilian crowd certainly seem to think so. From that angle, it's not, is it?
John,
that one there?
It's a slight touch on Monegal. It keeps the ball from reaching Jefinho.
But again, from that angle there, it's inconclusive. The Brazilians think so, of course.
Right there, but that would be the touch.
But is there a gap? We can't see from that angle. If there's a gap between the hand and the ball, we're going to find out very shortly.
Penalty kick is given.
Yeah, well, our ref's called. Well, he's saying I pulled it out. He would do, of course. The Brazilian crowd behind that goal had a very good view. They screamed for the penalty, as they would, as all the Brazilians would. This is huge for Brazil now. Guess who's going to take it?
Kelvin Oliveira to make it perhaps 6-4 for the Brazilians.
Can they bring Kaká on for this penalty?
They certainly wish, right? He delivered against Spain from the spot.
Let us know on chat if you think our referee got that decision right.
Yep.
Because this is monumental here for Brazil.
1,400 people watching.
Penalty or no?
The Iceman.
Well, he needs to have ice in his veins right now, to nick your phrase, and he rolls it in! And that is so important for Brazil on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, Kelvin Oliveira, the gelado, make that 23 goals in 2 nations for this guy. Brazil are back in it once again, John.
Had a chance for another, but it's side netting, and we hit that 20-minute mark. Big moment right at the second half has given Brazil a lifeline here. See it?
You know, John, I am really excited for the first 3 minutes of the second half. Who's going to take advantage of it more? Because this game is wide open. It's very even. I'm only sad about the fact that these teams, they don't have the secret cards anymore or the presidential penalties. But this second half, John, is going to be full of emotion, adrenaline, and excitement, and I have absolutely no doubt.
But that penalty, you cannot underestimate the importance of that penalty. Let's hit the benches.
Okay, Kate, are you good, eh?
A reminder
Mama,
of the tickets. Please, if you're in the São Paulo area, if you want to come in, check out our site. You've got the tickets. You've got the massive show coming up, a spectacular show from the Allianz Parque home to Palmeiras. Tickets, information, lots of fabulous merchandise.
And we have a pre-final match as well. Gazette versus Kings. Ronaldo against Casemiro, the internet sensation here in Brazil.
Outside and cross only.
Gazette TV versus Kings League. It's going to be good. You don't want to miss it. Surprise game that we revealed.
What is Eitan? Eitan. Very important. Look the player.
Nunca mais vai sair da cabeça de vocês. Todos vocês,
quem é pai me entende, quem não é vai me entender.
Quem já escutou essa música aí, põe no chat eu. A partir de agora ela vai ficar no mínimo umas 4 horas na cabeça de vocês.
Olha só.
Eu falando assim, se eu deixar meu filho com você 2 semanas, tu perde uns 16 quilos.
Atravessar a estação maior volta de campo.
Olha que acelerado. Mais eficiente que o Monjado. Tô precisando, velho. Tô precisando. Nem o campo tá me dando jeito. A mulher fala assim, vamos chamar a babá, tá, vamos viajar. Eu falei, não, vou chamar um personal trainer. Meu filho é só um personal. Uma babá na
dado, sai 2x2. Quer dizer 3, né? Goleiro mais 2 jogadores. 3x3. Esse rebote, velho. Vambora, pô. Passa pra quem tá em casa agora. Tá todo mundo escutando. O que a gente faz, porra? Agora. Recap. Captain Take, pô.
É acreditar. É acreditar.
É acreditar. Acredita,
daqui a pouco o jogador explicou.
Acredita, só acredita. Só acredita, rapaziada. A gente precisa de acreditar. Vambora. É isso. Empurra, Liminha. Empurra, Liminha.
Vai pra frente, não é pra cá, pô. Bora.
Vambora, velho. Acredita.
Caramba, que gol importante.
Muito, não, se vira 6x.
Aí, chegou o nosso momento. Tá falando contigo. Opa! Alô? Não dá pra ouvir nada! Tô sabotando nós!
Chegou o nosso momento.
Será que é pra falar em inglês? Hello? E aí, pessoal? Acho que, cara... qual que é a pergunta? Cara, vamos lá, pessoal, vamos mandar energias positivas aí, entendeu? A gente tá entendendo que os caras tá por aí mesmo, mas a gente tá por aqui, cara. Vamos pra cima. Yo, guys.
Alô, falou muito melhor. Valeu, boa noite aí, Michel. Tá...
Opa! Caralho, tá pra... Peraí. Fala, Murichou! Ó, aqui tá aquele salseiro, vamos virar! Eu acredito! Eu acredito! Eu acredito! Eu acredito!
Well, I'll just translate very quickly. I believe.
Chegou! É isso!
The turnaround.
Gente, tá tudo certo, calma. Tá tudo tranquilo. Aqui, quem tá preocupado não tá mais. Estamos de volta no jogo. Bora pra cima.
Isso aí, relaxa, vai dar certo. Bora, Brasil!
Já deu tudo certo. Vamos, K9. Olha ele, olha a aura dele. Ele tava, assim, a aura dele tava meio fraca aqui no primeiro jogo, tava meio falhando, mas tá voltando, ó. Olha a aura dos homens aqui.
Não, já fez 2, estamos no jogo. Caralho, não acredito, mano.
Recado pro Brasil é que a gente tem que nós brasileiros, nada é fácil, entendeu? Nós vai ganhar essa porra, certo? Nós vai chegar no sufoco, no suor nessa final e nós vai ser campeão. Vamos levar o bicampeão da Copa do Mundo pra casa. Aqui é Brasil, nada foi fácil, né? Agora que vai ser.
Vambora,
todo mundo favelado, batalhador, que chegou aí na morraça. Não é pra morrer na praia, não. Vamos lá, aqui é Brasil, porra! Caralho! Vamos, caralho! Vamos, porra! Porra! Aí, só tô falando, velho, vou te falar.
There was some colourful language used by some of the Brazilians, but the essential message is they all believe, they all think that Brazil will retain the trophy, but Brazil have to do the business right now because they are trailing. That penalty right at the very end was crucial. Wonderful images, the dice record about to come out any second. to see what is in store right in the second half. This is huge. This is absolutely massive. This stage of the game, it's going to be 1 against 1. I wonder who it's going to be. I just wonder.
You also got to point out that it was Vitor Roque, the striker for Palmeiras, former Atlético Paranaense, played for Barcelona, played for Betis in Spain. He was in charge of the dice. So it's going to be 1v1. And look who Qatar have stepping up. It's going to be Chakiri versus Everton Felipe.
Just been replaced. Monegal, in fact, it's going to be. Quick change around. Vitor Roque, an expensive signing, right? Expensive second half here, perhaps, for Brazil. Qatar. Chance here for the Brazilians. He's going round the long way. That is a wonderful stop to set Qatar on the way. Monegal, bit too slow. He goes to ground dramatically. Well, they
ele vai dar amarelo também.
A card at the very least. All the Brazilians full of confidence as they had to be. Now was he hacked down?
Yeah, it's going to be a yellow card, but at this point right here, I believe it's a shootout.
Well,
First time we've seen a yellow card this early into the second half. One thing I really want to point out, John, is the physical capacity of these players. Their conditioning. Look at the speed there on Thon to lose the ball and then a race right back. Yeah, that's what it's going to be, a shootout, and Chakiri has delivered from this sort of situation before.
Yeah, we know what he can do. Potentially more trouble here for Brazil. It will stem from that terrific stop from Sheikh when Tom was in on goal. Now this man here has been there, done that. He's got 5 seconds to race forward.
Oh my word.
Awful.
You have to do better than that, my friend. In a game as big as this, you cannot miss those chances.
No, that is a massive opportunity. That is another massive let-off for the Brazilians. Have Qatar lost their nerve just a little bit here? That late decision against for the penalty spot. Let's see what Brazil can do here. Nice little turn. Keeper again, wonderful. Remind yourself to get your tickets as the action goes on. And this one off the metalwork and escape for Qatar. More twists and turns. Qatar leading by 6 goals to 4. Opportunity for both sides. Opportunities spurned. Qatar holding their own. This man, what happened to him moments ago? As he ran out of steam just a little bit, tried to go one way, then the other. Brazilian crowd love that one. But get your tickets, get your information, go to the site, look at the merchandise. It's all there. Akira again, been off form with the last minute. Now he does make space for himself. Now he dinks it forward. Keeper in the way. Again, the Brazilians loving every single block, every single challenge, trying to get behind their side. The scoreline, Anthony, a little more respectable because of that late penalty. Let's see what this man can do again. Hasn't got the pace so far, hasn't got the trickery so far, and perhaps run out of ideas on that occasion.
Yeah, less than a minute and a half of 1v1 when it comes to the outfield players. Can Brazil capitalize on it? So far, Qatar have had the best chance, but they squandered it with Chakiri on that shootout.
Marshalled very cleverly by Monegal. Favours that left foot. Goes one way, goes the other. As the countdown comes. And Qatar remain in front, but there will be more twists and turns here. Qatar trying to inflict more damage. Good defending from Dedo. Does he bring down his man? He does. Neymar rather pensive. Sure, he's thinking, I'd love to be out there. Oh, what a game, what a night. We've had, the stars have been out. And there are more twists and turns and excitement. The Brazilians just looking a little bit more pensive. Again, another massive moment here. They need to take advantage of these moments. Takeri one way, then the other. It's taking it too wide, ran out. Suddenly, the number 99, from being such a special player, well, he's gone off the ball. He's had 3 good chances to perhaps put this beyond Brazil, and he's failed with all of them.
One thing we can say about this game, John, it is producing a reaction from Neymar. He's not enjoying it.
Oh, again, it looked like it was goal-bound. Lipão on that occasion. Qatar, I think for me, have let Brazil off the hook in the last couple of minutes. Good footwork, good turn. Should have taken it on his left. Had the chance there, didn't take it. Now a free kick in Brazil's favour. It's in Brazil's half. El attack couldn't punch a way through, and we are suddenly 7 against 7. Oh, Brazil keeping the number 9 to give him a little bit of a breather.
Shaqiri taking a shootout is good, John, not gonna lie, but Kelvin Oliveira from this situation, whole different ball game. I don't expect this guy to miss.
Brazil need it to close the gap. Qatar have let Brazil off the hook in the last few minutes with 3 or maybe even 4 good chances which they failed to take. And Brazil are still in it. Noise you can hear in the background. Tense in Matchday Arena. Oliveira, stony-faced, knows the importance. Got 5 seconds to drill this one home. Goes round the keeper. That is a wonderful stop. This man has been impressive. He is a wonderful keeper, maybe the top keeper of this competition.
I will be silenced by that, John, but I can find redemption in the fact that I did say Matchday Diop is a good goalkeeper, and he is proving that time and time again. He's in fact got a goal in the competition.
Good doesn't do him a service. He is absolutely outstanding. Against, for my money, the best player in the competition, the Brazilian number 9. But what a piece of keeping. And defenders on top at this stage. Anthony, the body language of the Brazilians, how are you reading it?
Yeah, the body language not only of the Brazilians on the field, but the streamers, the content creators, the presidents. You can definitely sense that sort of tension, right? And it looks like once again, John, that the nerves, the pressure is getting to these players. Once again, the Furia Wolf is in our booth for the second time, booth number 7. Let's take a picture. I'll post a selfie here, and then our viewers can there we go.
And in the meantime, of course, don't forget that your tickets are available. Tickets available, tickets, information, everything you want from our shop. Look forward to that pre-final match. Casa TV against Ronaldo and his boy. Who's going to come out on top of that one? Tickets, if you're in the São Paulo area, get yours now at the Allianz Parque, home to Palmeiras.
And I'll apologize to our viewers if they heard a little tamo junto, which means
we're together.
We're together in Portuguese. Always important to give everyone the proper translation.
Qatar, getting ready. 23 minutes on the clock here. Poised between the host Brazil, who lost their opener to Spain. That late penalty has made it just that little bit more comfortable for the Brazilians. Had it not been for that perhaps controversial, waiting to see what our viewers make of that penalty decision. But Qatar are making the Brazilians work.
Something on the chat right here. We got one of our viewers, Steve. He's saying Brazil are going to turn it around we've seen teams come back from a 2-goal deficit. Indonesia and India is the example I can think of right now. Brazil, of course, have all the quality to do so, but Qatar giving them a tough time. How about the little Zidane turn there from Monegal?
Yeah, it's showboating. A little bit early for that, but yeah, Brazil more than capable of bouncing back here. 2 goals in this tournament is absolutely nothing. However, if Qatar continue to keep hold of this lead until the 36-minute mark when we go to the match ball situation, then it becomes a little bit tricky. Brazil prodding and probing. Slightly different formation. Now with Jefinho, the man in the centre, the man just trying to help Brazil with the distribution. Dedo's move forward on this near side. Jefinho again, right there. Closed down quickly. Qatar not willing to overcommit. Tactically, defensively, Qatar have been spot on. They fluffed their lines in front of goal in the last few minutes. They really pile the pressure on the Brazilians. They failed to take their chances. Will it cost them in the end?
Qatar doing such a good job defensively, closing down those spaces, not allowing Brazil to infiltrate.
Got to be quick, got to be alert. No chance to rest for even a millisecond here. The Brazilians are so quick-witted, quick-footed. Dedo in support, almost given away. Brazil finding a way through, but they get a shot in on goal. And when they do that, as Kaká looks a little bit concerned, doesn't he? But if they get a shot in on goal, Sheikh is there. Referee stepped in the card. Lipão.
So Qatar are going to have a player out for 2 minutes. They're going to be down a player for a couple of minutes. Can Brazil take advantage of this? It's the number 20, Zacaria Zerual.
Vamos Brasil! Vamos!
There's
tem que acreditar até o final.
Tem que acreditar até o final. Basically saying we got to believe until the very end.
This should help the Brazilian cause. It's going to be a line of those dark-coloured shirts. Line of 4, only 1 man up front. And you get through. And then you face this man here. Perhaps one of the candidates for maybe player of a tournament. We're a long way off from that at the moment, but he's been fabulous.
I think a long way off for player of the tournament, John, but certainly player of the game.
Yeah. Oh, player of the game, yeah. Oliveira. Stake on the far side, and those seconds tick away.
Qatar doing such a good job, as I said, closing down defensively. You see Abu Fala there, he's living it up, he's having the time of his life. But they're really going to have to close down Kelvin Oliveira because he is that star player. If he scores, we're at 6-6.
Qatar can't afford to be too stretched here. Wasted chances, and they had Brazil on the ropes. Will it cost them? Need to keep the ball away from the famous yellow shirt. And that's adventurous.
Look at the left foot on this guy, Youssef Chakiri.
Play.
Kelvin Oliveira, the top scorer, alongside Perotti, Nacho Herrera.
I'm surprised he's still top scorer with the amount of goals that Chile put in earlier on today. As Brazil press.
Or Mexico, you mean?
Mexico, rather, yeah.
So many goals that we lost track at one point.
Deflection and plucked out of the air.
1.
And Qatar
3.
want to keep hold of the ball as that clock ticks down so they get back to full force. You can't be doing that against the Brazilians. Now Brazil coming forward, looking to find the back of the net. Away from one, pulled across, keepers there as ever, stabbed clear.
Look at that ball possession, John. Over 70% ball possession. 27 minutes on the clock. There are less than 10 minutes left before we enter match ball mode. Brazil are knocking on the door, but at the end of the day, what matters, ladies and gentlemen, is finding the back of the net.
And they get a chance here, perhaps. Again, Qatar digging in. Monegal has had a very good match. Neymar stunned like so many Brazilians. The Brazilian crowd lead to lift their side here. Brazil encamped in the final third. of Qatar. But Qatar with a 2-goal cushion. Clock is ticking away. Brazil need to produce something here. And Qatar again having none of it. Needs to clear the lines. The referee steps in with a whistle. Get your tickets. That's all we can keep telling you.
One of our viewers saying, John, the outcome of the match will be decided by the match ball. If that happens, Brazil may have a chance of winning. That's what one of our viewers says. And that's a good analysis. That's a fair analysis.
Brazil have more things on their mind at the moment. Remember, we've got a star-studded final on its way. Whoever gets there, there's going to be tons of stars on the day in the Allianz Parque. Qatar leading the hosts by 6-4, and Qatar need to get rid of this one, not faff around at the back. Brazilian crowd want it won't go their way.
The player is going to restart for Qatar as well. This number 98, Jorge Monegal. He is good. You really see who are the big players when they perform.
Turn is here. The keeper had to come and smother it. They've got a man down. Referee is he going to take a closer look at this one as well? It's Hamet on the turf.
Accidental, Salva, Parece ahí algo accidental. Gracias.
Did he get a real clattering from the keeper now? Have Qatar got a case for a penalty? Let's see it. Oof.
Yeah,
he got the bomb in the face.
Yeah, very brave there from Esau, but ouch.
Have they got a shout for a pen? I think they've got a shout for a penalty there.
In the face there. You saw the gesture from Youssef Chakiri.
I think they've got a case.
No, fue accidental, juega el balón bien y por acción de juego te lo llevan.
Haitham Ben Mohamed in this situation.
Yeah. Again, no malice from the Brazilian keeper. Esau had to come and try to clear his line as
Gracias, bien Salva.
Neymar and co share the problems on the pitch.
Vamos, señor, usted no es de la liga, ¿verdad?
There's Kaká, there's Neymar, Vitor Madureira, Chris Guedes.
Jorge.
Still.
Jordi.
Catalan. Shake of the head now. Have they got a
Mas
pen?
é isso, tipo, a gente só não quer, apesar de ter entrado no tom, ele tá fazendo a função de algum dos jogadores que fazia aí.
They've got a case. The officials might see it differently.
El doctor.
And,
El doctor.
No penalty is the decision.
Play on, says the ref. From wherever you're watching us around planet Earth, let us know through the chat who you're rooting for, if you're liking the commentary, if you're liking the broadcast.
Brazil having to pick their way through. They've got the ability, they've got the skill, they've got the tradition, the Brazilians, the current holders, but facing a second loss. Poor throw out from the keeper, rare mistake from him, might set the Brazilians on their way. They've got the craft, they've got the trickery. There's still a long way to go, but we're almost at the 30-minute mark. Brazil needing something special, especially from Oliveira. Trying to pick a way through. Qatar again, digging in, allowing Brazil maybe a bit more movement on the flanks, but down the centre, they're closing off the avenues. And Brazil swinging it from side to side, trying to eke out an opening as the Brazilian supporters get behind their side, winning them forward. Now, will this be the moment? It won't.
You know, John, I'm the type of player, coach, or commentator that when you swing the ball from side to side and you cannot find space, you got to take those shots from range. Something can happen. A deflection, a rebound, even a goal. And I think Brazil needs to start thinking about that strategy.
Qatar have been on the back foot. Brazil bagging all the possession, but it's a side in the darker coloured shirts, the mauve shirts, as this ball is played over the top. Nicely, was it taken down well? No, it wasn't in the end. Everton Felipe.
One of our viewers, he's Japanese, he says, I'm surprised at how strong Qatar is, and I think that's something that we can definitely agree on, right, John?
Absolutely.
This team is very, very resilient.
You've got stars in the making. The keeper's one of them. And up front, Chakiri's gone off the boil. He had great chances to extend the lead, and he fluffed these lines as Brazil move forward again. That man pounces on the ball. Quick throw out. Rare attack from Qatar, who look around for options. Have support slowly arriving. Attack hangs on to it, goes round the long way. Can he pick out a teammate? Swings it across effectively in the end. Now Brazil could be in trouble here. Great keeping. We praised the keeper at one end. Essel got across to save Brazil's bacon just then. Rare attack from Qatar, but they are taking this match to Brazil.
Yeah, it's a very tactical game, isn't it?
Referee didn't like what he saw, and Brazil getting riled. Clock ticking down. 32 minutes on the clock.
Make sure to get your tickets for the final, January 17th. John and I will be there, and we're going to have a lot of fun, buddy, because it's going to be a fun event, of course.
Yeah, we're putting in an application for tickets. It might be a bit hard because I'm sure it's going to be an absolute sellout. So much on offer for the final. So much on offer this evening and for the rest of the competition as Brazil are thwarted yet again. And I think he's going to milk this just a little bit, like two Qatari men colliding.
This goalkeeper, Mame Sheikh Diop, right there, he is just not afraid to throw himself into those dangerous situations, and that's a lot why Qatar are winning this game.
Yeah, maybe a hint of shirt pulling as well, and that ball went round the corner. Yeah, blatant to me, absolutely blatant.
One comment here, John. Qatar showing they're not to be taken lightly. Certainly agree with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of them, there's Abu Falla.
And only one man up front. They appeal for a handball. Brazil moving forward. Andreas short from him. Andreas again goes to shape to shoot. Now Oliveira, nice little layup on the far side and picked off. You've got to hand it to Qatar right now. Their concentration in defence, they've got bodies in the way, and despite the trickery of the Brazilians, Qatar doing well so far, but it's so tight. A goal now might just shake things around. And there's across the area, invited. An attack, didn't get it.
Yeah, there's a fun fact, John, that group you saw, their Neymar, Kaká, Cris Guedes, and everything other Gordinho, they're right beneath us here. That's why this place is buzzing and buzzing.
Qatar have to be really careful here that they don't shoot themselves dilly-dallying. They want to take the seconds off the clock, but they've got to do it the right way. Be smart. That'll be the message from the coach, because they are facing the champions, Brazil. And Brazil have been knocking on the door. But again, they swing it. Andreas now has popped up on the left-hand side. Again, that ball across the area. Again, no takers. Brazil are getting closer, but they need someone down the centre to finish off the moves. And this time, it's a little bit quicker and knocking that ball forward, but they are a little bit light up front. Looking for options, may go alone, run out of room, and he's got that burst of pace, and that is a wonderful challenge to knock it out from Moreno. Brazil hogging the ball. Now Brazil give it away. Race on the far side. Can they get bodies inside the area, Qatar? That is some good defensive work now. Qatar stretched, and the referee will step in. Free kick is taken, he lets it go. Brazil win it back. Neither side can keep hold of the ball here. Brazil trying to eke a way through. He's off the metal work. Oliveira did everything right and denied by a couple of millimeters.
Yeah, what a strike here from Kelvin Oliveira. If that went in, it would have been 6-6, and it might have set up a shootout. How close was Kelvin Oliveira right there?
Come Brazil again. The technique of Brazil's number 9. He did everything right.
1, 2,
wonderful effort from Oliveira. As Brazil come again. Long range effort, deflection again! It strikes This time, the bar. And Brazil are being denied. That goal at that far end is where Chile and Argentina, rather Germany and Argentina, could not find the back of the net in the shootout. And it's doing it again. 36 on the clock. What a game, Anthony. But Brazil here are in real trouble.
Yeah, Qatar saved by the crossbar not once, but twice. This was the deflected finish from Jeffinho. Qatar saved by the metal. Brazil denied by the woodwork. And of course, a huge shout out, ladies and gentlemen, to all our friends at Fortnite, because the match ball moment is coming up soon. And you know, John, this part reminds me of Fortnite because you're down to the final two, you know?
Yeah, stay calm, don't mess it up.
É defender, vamos pressar primeiro, defender, pra depois fazer, hein? Ei, não desiste, mano, não vamos desistir, mano. Não tem bola perdida, vambora. Ei, ninguém desiste, mano. Ninguém desiste. Ei, a gente é brasileiro, a gente não desiste. Vamos! Você é Brasil, vamos, galera, vamos!
Yeah, just to wrap up on Fortnite, it's the mix of chaos and tense calm.
87 mil pessoas aqui para acompanhar o Brasil. Manda energia
positiva. If you want to film it later, you know what to do for now.
Se inscreve no canal e vambora.
In a second, and it could end in a second right now. But Fortnite, if you haven't tried it again. The countdown is on. Anthony, we are at a stage that I don't think anybody thought we'd get to here. And Brazil are on the ropes again.
Yeah, keeping in mind we begin the scale down 5v5, so these players have more space, more time. Gravity in just a few seconds will do its thing, my friend.
Brazil fighting for their survival here against Qatar, and who would have thought that? The rhythm in the background. The crowd, though, just that little bit subdued, wanting to suck that ball into the back of the net for the Brazilians who've come close. Need something here, and he's there again. They're saying, as it's knocked forward and turned down, what a wonderful save and a wonderful effort back. Sel was on the goal line for Brazil.
That would have been the icing on the cake for the performance from Sheikh Diop.
It's been magnificent, Oliveira. Brazil have been denied by the network. They need something special. This man here took it down. They offered his rifle, gets it back. Just on the edge of a D. Brazil again. Trying to find that way through, can't do so. That countdown will tell you we're about to lose a man from each side, which might favour the Brazilians. Here they come again. Side to side, centre to centre, trying to pull it across and whacked clear.
Brazil are going to have to be smart, both offensively and defensively. They're going to have to get it right all the time offensively and not get it wrong at all defensively. It's a tricky situation for the Brazilians right now.
Again, if you're new, Qatar need a goal. We like to go out on a bang. If they get it, it will be a bang for them. A massive blow to Brazil. But Brazil more than capable of coming back. But they are on the ropes.
Make sure you vote for MVP of the match in the chat, guys. Just write in the name.
Vieira gets it out wide. 4 yellow shirts. Bit of space now. Might work in the Brazilians' favour. Got the skills. We know what Brazil are capable of doing. But we've seen what Qatar are capable of doing. Now this is the chance. This hit. And this is the chance on goal. It hangs in the air. And it goes just wide. Drama here in the Trident Arena. Brazil almost crashing down yet again. They survive. Can they capitalise? Heart in the mouth moment. Brazil come through it. They need something here. Great footwork again. Trying to find a way through. There's the back heel. Another couple of players will go in a second. Drilled in, low, drilled in across the area. Brazil cannot find a way through. And Anthony, they were so close to losing this one.
Yeah, on a few occasions, the goalkeeper there, Jake, went from coast to coast, denied. He goes off right now because Qatar are going to be on the offensive drive.
That is a very, very interesting decision. Really interesting decision. They've taken off the keeper. They've gone with 3 outfield players. Now, it's a game of tactics. It's a game of nerves. Who is going to come out on top between these two? Shooting opportunity. There's the pass if it's on. Now Brazil can break. Deno uses his force. This is going to be a goal here for Brazil. Well, Brazil bounced back. Qatar tried by taking the keeper off. It was always a gamble. But Brazil put themselves back in it.
We talked about the defensive hustle on this guy did. He went all the way. What a goal for the Brazilians. They have a lifeline.
Still need more goals and hope Qatar don't find a way through. There's still no keeper.
1, 2, 3.
There's the run, there's the shot. Clearly, nobody, no surprises there. Nobody in a yellow shirt is given chase. And Qatar believe that they can do it. So well,
1, 2,
favours the right foot.
3.
He's running out of space. There's a shooting chance. Chance now. This is it, maybe. And they've done it! It was drilled in low, but did he beat the time? Did he beat the time? That is the big question.
Offside on the play, I believe.
I thought there was a countdown on the shot as well.
They get it.
A possibility of an offside. The drama here. We had that shot moments ago when it was put wide. We had Deno scoring for the Brazilians. Have they survived?
Voy a reanudar con saque de puerta, Salva. Queda 1 contra 1 con portero.
Yep.
Salva.
Yeah, he's offside.
Salva.
Brazil live
Correcto,
to
no?
fight another day. But they, Anthony, are only just hanging on. Can Brazil now do it? Their star man. If anybody can, it's him. This controls. On the count, the outfield player.
Final January 17th. Make sure to get your tickets. KingsLeague.pro. That's the place to be.
Yes, this the kind of excitement you can expect from a group stage match. Just wait for the finals, the quarterfinals and the semis. Oliveira again goes one way then the other. Keeper rock solid. Tension here in the Trident Arena. And Anthony, you can feel it. You can feel it tonight.
We're on our feet right now. I will tell you one thing, John. This is one of the best games of the competition. 42 minutes now. Absolute adrenaline.
Yeah,
what a match.
Yeah, you know, if you've never been involved in the Kings universe before, well, this is what it's all about, isn't it? This is why this league, this competition, this universe is just so good. Brazil come again.
3, 4,
risking it with 2 outfield players. Now there's a gap here down the middle. And hammered in. Brazil draw level.
Back-to-back hat tricks for Kelvin Oliveira. A rocket off the crossbar and in. Brazil a level. It's now an even game. Chiquiti's coming back in. Whoever scores wins. It's all or nothing. It's do or die. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, Qatar have gone for 2 outfield players. They had the ball in the net. It was ruled out for offside. This is a gamble. Next goal wins. Campieri, he's got space. He's made the run. This is a chance here. Can he keep his cool? Keep express himself. Does exceptionally well. Brazil, hang on. Brazil, resilient.
That's not one match, eh?
Sarwell goes one way, puts it wide to the relief of the Brazilian side and their supporters.
In the outfield situation, John, Brazil are going to have 2v1. They could seal the deal on this attack. if they get it right. It's Kelvin Oliveira and Lipão, the top scorer last year and the winner of the Golden Crown. Can these guys win it for Brazil?
Tension here. Just need that little bit of space. His keeper's committed. Oh, it's overplayed. There was no contact. A slip. Now, if they get that ball back quickly, which they can't do, Qatar, Brazil could have been out of it, but
unrecognizable Lipão, completely different from the player we saw at the Nations last year.
Yeah, we talked about pressure, but now it goes from switching one keeper to two outfield players, and here we go again. Qatar looking for a way through. Again, they waste it. They have let Brazil off the hook countless times tonight. Countless times to kill this game off.
At this point, John, it all comes down to who is better at keeping their cool and holding their nerve. Brazil are going to get a second chance here once again with Lipão and Kelvin Oliveira.
Oliveira fully focused. Lipão, as we were saying, have some tired legs out there. There's a gap. Lipão is available.
6, 7.
Can he take it himself?
8.
He's pulled back. Surely now Oliveira starts to stop. Puts it wide. He puts it wide. You would not have put your money against that man in that situation. Perhaps just trying to be absolutely spot on. The chance goes begging.
Dedo doesn't want to, but he's back in. He's got to save the day for Brazil once again.
And it's a change. Is it a change of a duo up front? Dedo's been magnificent. Brazil need to be spot on here. He's going to hit it. No, he isn't. Dedo now. Brazil. Keeper. Well, that's wayward. They are stretched. Can the keeper get it out from under his feet? He can. They are seemingly, Anthony, intent on not winning this game.
Here's a fact for you and everyone at home. This is the longest game of the Nations. No game has gone this long. 46 minutes and counting. Fasten your seatbelts.
But the longest game is sometimes the best game. Now, what can we do here? Kate pulls it, blazes wide again. It goes from one end to another. Neither side has the coolness in front of goal.
Brazil on that offensive drive once again. It's going to be Leleji this time. Neymar on his feet.
I don't think even Neymar was expecting this tonight. Brazil looking. This is it, surely this is it! Brazil bounce back, and the arena absolutely erupts. It had to be for once they found a bit of space, and Lipão buries the ball into the back of the net. What drama! What a game!
John, without a doubt, the biggest comeback of the Nations thus far. If there is a team that can pull something like this off, it is Brazil. Qatar were winning 6-4. They come back and win it 7-6. This is why, John, the universe of the Kings League is the universe of possibilities. Anything can happen, anything does happen, and anything did happen. Look at the Trident Arena right now. Listen to this place. Feel the energy. Feel the atmosphere. I've got the goosebumps, buddy. What a game. Brazil are alive in the World Cup of Nations at home.
Well, a magnificent match. Neither side deserving to lose in the end. Qatar had Brazil on the ropes on more than one occasion. But the big stars are out tonight, and they, in the end, have enjoyed what they've seen. But it's taken a very long time. And Anthony, it's been terrific to watch. It's been dramatic, but there is a lot of relief around here.
One thing we can say, John, if Brazil want to go far in this competition, if they want to win it, they have to do a lot better. We talked about Kaká, this guy. We thought his presence here would just be ceremonial, right? That it would just be to come and take a president penalty. But his presidential penalty, John, was fundamental. It was very important for Brazil. That one goal, every single goal counted.
For me, the big goal was the penalty for the handball right at the end of the second half. That just gave Brazil maybe that little bit of momentum, that little bit of hope. But what a night. What a terrific game to end this Thursday evening. A game which is going to last in the memories. The game of the tournament by a long, long way. Possibly, we don't know of course, there's so much more to come. But it's been absolutely fabulous. And if you've been watching, you must have been thrilled at the best.
And what a way for Lipão to redeem himself, right? Scoring his first goal of the competition. Redeeming himself for not being extraordinary against Spain, not being extraordinary today, but tapping it in to win it for Brazil. We got to talk about Kelvin Oliveira. 2 back-to-back hat tricks. He's the top scorer of the competition right now, 6 goals. And of course, everyone wants to get a selfie with Kaká. What a game, John.
Well, Brazil, you can just sense the relief is palpable as well. They've come from behind here, celebrating as if they've already won the competition. We're a long way off, of course, from that, but they had to bounce back because they were facing defeat for the second time in a row. And they came through in the end. The Brazilians celebrating with their supporters on that far side. Absolutely fabulous here. Just listen to the fans. What a wonderful game of football.
And just of course to translate to our viewers, what these Brazilian supporters are singing with the players is "Sou brasileiro com muito orgulho, com muito amor." I'm Brazilian with a lot of pride, with a lot of love. That is the sentiment, that is the emotion that's filling the Trident Arena right now after this dramatic come from behind victory for Team Brazil. The upcoming game for Brazil will be against Peru. Peru gave Qatar a tough time. Peru gave Spain a tough time. So it's not going to be easy for the Brazilians, especially after what we saw here tonight. We had Kaká and of course we had Neymar. Luck. They brought us luck, these two players.
They certainly did, and Brazil needed it as well. They needed a great degree of skill, a great degree of tenacity, but a massive amount of fortune as well. But they did the business in the end. They had to. And again, Brazil and their fans celebrating as if job is done, that they've already got the crown. But they are fortunate. They did not lose their second bounce, but terrific. Wonderful, dramatic, everything you could possibly have hoped for in a game of football.
Yeah, John, I think you're going to agree with me here, buddy. This might have been certainly the most dramatic game of the competition, but it certainly a really good candidate for the best game. What a dramatic comeback at home, Brazil. Kelvin Oliveira making the difference once again. What a night for the Brazilians, but they're gonna have to do better. Here are the standings. This is how things are looking thus far. Brazil in that last chance berth in Group D, still with a -3 goal difference. Goal difference very important. It's very important to finish at the top of your group, and I don't think Brazil are going to be able to do that. We got Argentina at the top of Group B, Chile top of Group A, Italy flying high at the top of Group C, and then of course the teams of Group E will be playing tomorrow.
Yeah, finish top, you're through. Best placed third teams into the last call. But there's a lot of people around here. There's a lot of names, of course. Everybody savouring the result. But Brazil was so close on the ropes for so long, but they dug deep and they got something out of it. We've got more entertainment tomorrow, can you believe? I'm not sure if our voices or our emotions will be up for it, but here we go, there's the voice. Couple of great games will be set tomorrow. The voices will come back, but more big games. But can they be as good? I'm sure they will be.
I'm sure they will be. We've been having a lot of fun over the course of the week. We had a lot of fun today. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. We got Germany versus Japan. We got Saudi Arabia versus Indonesia. John, what a pleasure, buddy. We'll be right back tomorrow for some more Nations World Cup here in Brazil.
Yeah, join us because the action can only get better from now on. But what a match, the match of a tournament. More to come.
We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Make sure, of course, to get your tickets on our website for the final. KingsLeague.pro. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.